Sorry for that weird moment. I didn't get a new mouse. Hi, welcome everyone. It's time for some Spyro, my friend.
Spyro, my friend.
How about a hint on gliding?
Oh, Spyro, I made a contusion.
Wrong game.
Well, are you sure some of the Elder Dragons don't have them too?
Probably. We've got... I'm gonna assume that is Steve-O, but it's probably not. So I apologize ahead of time. And by ahead of time, I mean right after I said it. And Musa and Jace. Hello, dudes. Nasty Nork is daddy.
Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find the balloonist.
Also, shout out to 127068557 for following on Twitter. I mean on Twitch.
Find dragons first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7,777.
777.
So we are vibing out to some Spyro for the 5-year anniversary. So I was going to title this stream Elijah Wood Anniversary because it's a pun, but I figured I don't think anyone's gonna get it. I think I need to choose a different title for the stream. A Wood Anniversary is a 5-year anniversary. I learned that through the game You Don't Know Jack. And I thought I'd have fun with it since Elijah Wood was a Spyro at one point. Not that he remembers. But then I was...
I remember.
But then I was like... no one's going to get it. And they'll probably be like...
Everybody who does not know, he does not remember. Elijah Wood does not remember.
Breaking news!
Actually...
Elijah Wood has no recollection of ever voicing Spyro.
He has no memory of it. I don't know what interview that was, but he actually has no memory of it.
In the interview, he probably didn't know that he did an interview.
Yeah.
For Legend of Spyro New Beginning. It's an unlockable you can view.
I wonder if I could, like, find that on YouTube, him going, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I want him to say it like that, too. What the fuck? What the fuck is a Spyro?
What the fuck is a Spyro?
Yeah, so originally I wanted to do a casual Spyro stream back when we did the casual Spyro 2 stream. It just so happened that the OG Spyro 2 had its, 24th anniversary that day. And I was like, well, I've got Reignited booted up, might as well just play Spyro 2 in there. Like the OG Spyro 2. But after the race and everything, and Spyro 3, I've been wanting to come back to Spyro 1. This gives me the perfect excuse to do such a thing. Because I always love coming back to Spyro 1. And also, if you haven't yet, I believe as a mod you have the right to, the ability to, post links. Miharu's video came out today. Of all the characters that she's analyzed, she had yet to analyze Spyro. And, after a while of not really knowing what to say about him, we've got, what, 16 minutes worth of things to say about him, so...
Yeah, almost 17 minutes worth.
I definitely recommend you guys check that analysis out. It's a very good video. I edited the video. We collabed on it. I threw a few of my own little wordings and suggestions in the script. Certain little
Jokes.
things. Little jokes as well. Hopefully,
Supercharged. Excellent.
Excellent. Hopefully that doesn't, hopefully it doesn't get too distortion-y in the ear holes. I was trying to make it not too loud. Actually, because it was so loud, when I first put the distortion effect on, I had to render out that clip specifically on its own, and then put it back into the video and lower it down more. That's how bad the distortion effect is.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to have that punch, and I thought it'd be really funny. And it's more of an in-joke, too, because...
I put my link in there if you want to pin it.
Okay. I'll I'll pin it right... You know what? I'll pin it right now. Let's go ahead and do that. Zook, hello! Welcome to the stream. Let me see. Pin message. Okay. So if you guys want to watch Miharu's video, it's right there. Oh, I'm dumb. Oops. But yeah, we are here. We're chilling. We got Spyro. And here's to hoping that we hear something new soon. Did y'all check out the nominees for all the stuff for the Game Awards?
Yeah, I saw some of them.
I hope that...
RE4 isn't nominated for as many things as I wish it was.
Is it not going up for Game of the Year? I can't remember. I don't think it is. Or is it?
It might. I think it is. I think it's like the only thing I saw it for. Like that and like audio design or something.
Yeah, I picked that for audio design because I don't think I really played the other games. In terms of the soundtracks or whatever it was, because I know a little bit of it, I voted for Hi-Fi Rush.
I literally can't pick anything because RE4 I think is the only game I played out of all of these.
Predictably, I went for Mario Wonder. Because it's so good. I just finally got through the final level and I fully completed the game last night, and it was a lot of fun. The last level is aggravating as hell, but I got through it. I honestly have Carlos and Tom Tai as my favorite Spyro voice actors. That's understandable. But which version of Tom? OG Spyro 2 and 3? Or Reignited 2 and 3? Or Into the Dragonfly, even. Mayhaps you prefer his lines in Enter the Dragonfly, all couple that he has.
Best adaptation. I don't know. Maybe I'll vote for Mario movie since it's the only one I've seen out of these.
That's what I did.
Best action adventure. There we go, RE4.
Best action adventure. Boop. Let's go rescue the boy over here.
I have a feeling Baldur's Gate is probably going to take some of these categories since everyone's fucking talking about it.
True, that or probably Spider-Man. I like the part where there really should be some kind of, in all brutal honesty, because Mario Wonder would also fall into this, but like there should be, because I know calling it Game of the Year and having this thing at the end, the very tail end of the year, I know you can encompass any games that came out throughout the year, even when it's starting to kind of wind down towards the end. For example, what I'm trying to get at is that specifically Mario and Spider-Man came out the same day, right? So like, but they came out, what, not even a month ago, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago or something like that, very, very recently. And so how is it because they're from, you know, they're these recognizable IP made by these very recognizable, you know, now freaking iconic, like, you know, developers and what have you, that, like, it automatically gets into the running for Game of the Year and this and that and like all these different categories. I know that I think what kind of the Game Awards does with the actual award show, while what they do is they get a trophy. That's the main thing, right? So I know like how Zook says, or is it Zook I think that says like I don't even watch the Game Awards. Like I understand. I mainly watch for the hype of the reveals, and I think Jeff.
Yeah,
Keighley
that's the
knows that
only
too.
thing that I watch for.
Yeah, I think Jeff Keighley knows that too because I think it feels, and people are saying and claiming that single-handedly he killed E3 because of how COVID happened and the... Oh, I totally skipped over my actual boy. Here, hold on. I need to listen to good list. Give me a sec.
I need to listen to games.
Spyro, my friend.
Spyro, my friend.
Gliding.
So because of COVID and all that shit, and the fact that E3 was like just barely doing okay, kind of as it was prior to COVID, and then once that happened, no one could even attend, and everything kind of be completely reworked. But then Summer Game Fest popped up in its place, and the Game Awards just kind of kept trekking along. It seems like all of that just kind of, and now also at Summer Game Fest and at Game Awards, you can play games there. You can play kiosks because Rumble was at one of them at one point, I think, or Mario. No, it was Mario, I think, something like that. And I was like, what? That's crazy. So the thing I liked about going to E3 was that there were the seeing all the cool booths and seeing all the stuff, you know, like the kiosks, the booths, the getting to meet people there and seeing the like statuettes they had out to advertise the games and stuff like that, and the big posters, like that was really cool stuff. The presentation was always top notch, and being able to play the games ahead of time was always really fun. You know, I got to play Insane before it came out. I got to play Reignited, Nitro Fueled. If we were able to go to 2020's, you know, E3 2020, I'm sure Crash 4 would have been there. So we don't really have that now. Now that E3 is just kind of gone, we don't really have that anymore. What the heck am I missing? So Summer Game Fest kind of popped up in its place. And all that stuff. Point being, though, when... Where the hell? Hold on. I need to freaking find out where I'm missing shit. This is distracting me. Oh god, is it really back under here somewhere? Or behind here? Wait, where? Oh, I didn't fucking get these guys. So when I see things that get nominated and shit for like Game Awards now, I think it's always been this way, but it always seems like it has to be AAA. I know that there is an indie category, but it's very rare for an indie game to get any recognition beyond that. Like, that's why I was so fucking ecstatic when It Takes Two earned Game of the Year. Back in, what was it, 2021 or something like that, or 2022? No, 2021 or 2020. One of those 2 years. It was very recent. I was like, cool, because not only was it a fun game, like most of the other games for those types of audiences are, like, you know, Red Dead winning out whatever because it was fun for everyone who liked Red Dead and stuff like that. But It Takes Two was, like, genuinely very fun. Anyone could play it. And quite literally, anyone can play it anywhere because of the system of downloading that Friends Pass or whatever, and you can essentially play as player 2 for free. You didn't have to have the game at all. You could just have that little pass, and then whoever actually owns the game invites you in, and then you can play.
More games need to do that. Like, what a
Seriously.
fucking awesome thing to do.
It's awesome. It really is. And the fact that it doesn't cost anything for the other person, but that was just born out of that's genuine passion, right?
Yeah. It's just like being able to say like, oh yeah, I played that game, but I've never owned the game, but I've played it and beat it with someone else, but I've never owned it myself. Like, that's just an interesting thing to say.
It works so good for co-op multiplayer as well because, like, I feel that's why, like you're never gonna see that with Nintendo. Nintendo wants to, you know, make money off of something like that. So that's why you have the multiplayer system. Like, it was really weird to me that Mario Wonder, I think, has multiplayer. Like, it's got a category. It was nominated for best multiplayer, and I'm like, well, sure, I get it, because it's not like you have your couch co-op, like New Super Mario Brothers, and all that, but then like you have the online system, which on the surface is like okay, but it's still not like. Well, first off, you're never guaranteed to actually play with somebody online, right? Like, there's no like online multiplayer in the traditional sense. Like, oh, invite 3 people into your game, and then you all hop around Mario Wonder, 2D Mario, like that, right? No, instead, you play with random people who can just join your game at any given moment. And sure, you can like wordlessly, you can use emotes and like wordlessly like crouch and duck and stuff to like show like, hey, come here, come here, come here, or something like that. And you can guide people who are stuck in a level to like where a secret is or whatever. And like that's cool, but I don't think that's really innovative or like in the sense like enough to warrant like being recognized that highly for something like that, when like I'm still waiting for like a real true co-op Mario experience and I've never gotten it.
Yeah.
But the point being too, like I was saying, like for a specific example, Mario Wonder and Spider-Man coming out just a few weeks ago, and they're already on the board for like all this stuff. I just kind of wish that stuff was a little more like, I guess, diverse, because it is. Not that it's not fully, or not even, you know, not at all, but like I would love for there to be like more, because it's usually like the same games. Like Baldur's Gate's for like got like all these nominations, and Spider-Man has all these nominations, and Final Fantasy has a bunch of nominations, and Mario has like 3 or 4 nominations. And it's like, why did you single out and like cherry pick all these AAA games to get the highest shit, and then oh, indie games get, you know, one thing, or you know, the accessibility thing gets one thing, when like I feel more of those games and things and whatever could I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works. I don't know how it works. They never really divulge into like how they go about.
It's really dumb. It's just like, oh, if it's popular, it gets a nomination just because it's popular.
Like for example, Crash, you know, Nitro Fueled was nominated for and won Best Racing / Sports Game, but
Good.
people were right now we're a little butthurt that Crash Team Rumble didn't make it in the same category. At least get nominated for the same category. I was even half expecting like, oh, maybe it'll pop up because it's Crash, right? But no, it didn't. I know personally, I have no real quarrels with anything. I don't care that it didn't get nominated, but like at the same time, it's like, well, that's interesting that it didn't. At the very least, I find it interesting. But that's not to say that, you know, the things that we love and we are known for are gonna always, you know, be recognized. But I don't know. It's really weird. Like, yeah, I don't typically watch the Game Awards for, unless it's games that like, which is rare again, because it's all about like tastes, people's specific tastes. It's not always going to line up. Like nominations and even who wins aren't going to always line up with what you like. A lot of people were butthurt that fucking It Takes Two won Game of the Year that year, and people felt like other games were snubbed or whatever. And I don't know, like if I see like a bunch of games in any one given category that I've actually played or like or at least know, you know, like, then it's a little more hype to see like who actually pulls out the win. But like, other than that, it's really the announcements that I like, because those now have kind of taken over what E3 was, and it continues off of Summer Game Fest in a way. Sorry it took me like 3 levels to fucking explain all that, but But I am still excited for this year's Game Awards because I really want to see what gets announced. And you gotta understand too, because a a couple of odd years back, I had that, trash talk show with my friend Wes. Well, actually, with all the guys, minus my brother. It was me, Chase, Jerry, and Wes. And over on West Side Studios, you can still watch all those videos now. They're all still up on the channel. But Trash Talk was a review show where we would pick games and like themed off of like, oh, these seasons or arcs of the show. So like sequels or indie games or crappy games or whatever. And we would just review them and talk about them. And we had this whole subset of videos that were dedicated specifically to E3 because the first thing we did for the show, and when the first instance that I personally started to like schedule stuff or hanging out for recording videos and doing things and putting out content relatively consistently was with Trash Talk. And what we did to start that off was we talked about E3 2013. So after we did that and we really liked talking and speculating about those games, even after we started doing proper reviews of games that already came out, we would make it a thing every year from that year onward, literally, until 2018, to talk about E3 and to showcase those games and talk about like what we watched from the shows, and then incentivize me to watch all the shows because I would only watch and tune in for what I cared about at that time. So I only watched pretty much like Nintendo and Sony E3 stuff. And like everything else, the PC show and Xbox and Bethesda and whatever the hell else and Ubisoft, like I didn't watch any of that stuff. And so, prior to Trash Talk, but then once we started doing Trash Talk, I did start watching all that stuff. And it did open up, it opened it up to finding more games that I would like and getting in on announcements of like Mario games and Crash games as they were announced, because back then, before I watched E3, I would only ever hear like, oh, this was the E3 trailer for such and such game, but I was never around to watch it, so I wouldn't know when it would drop until I found it later, right? And after doing that for so long of having to watch everything and put everything, jot everything down, make a list, then choose from those games to talk about on Trash Talk, like I do kind of miss watching all those shows, and the fact that we're not going to really get that anymore. All we have are, everyone has their Direct now. We've got the Nintendo Directs, State of Plays, that Ubi Forward thing or whatever. We have the Xbox Bethesda showcases that happen whenever. Summer Game Fest helps to kind of, unite them again like E3. So everything's kind of more sporadic. And Game Awards are also part of that now, where you get those reveals and stuff, and that's why I watch the Game Awards and
Are you ready to go?
all that.
Spyro?
And everyone stop listening to me. We're talking about Mario now.
What?
Or something.
Oh, what? Sorry, what were you talking about?
I'll splash for hello. Oh, because someone said, about, I saw it, about Justin Long. Who was it? They were like, let's find that again. One's talking about voice actors. Oh yeah, Muso was saying Kyle's and Tom and Jess are all better Spyro voices than Justin Long from Skylanders. It was a weird pick. It was a celebrity pick, but
It's a weird voice. It's a weird voice for Spyro, but like his voice acting isn't bad.
Look how our treasure has been
Yeah.
stolen and turned against
I mean, the more I was watching that show, it just it grew on me in the sense of not that I liked it for like it sounding like a good Spyro voice, but because again, I'm telling you guys, everyone seriously needs to categorize Skylanders Spyro into his own thing, because that's even what Toys for Bob said. So Skylanders Spyro is completely separate from this Spyro, from Legend, from the PS1 Spyro. it is a separate thing. And so because of that, I just see it as, okay, well, he was the voice of this interpretation of Spyro. So, it's okay, you know? I prefer Justin Long more than I do, like, Josh Keaton and all them. Because those just don't sound like Spyro equally as much.
Yeah.
But I would have to say Justin Long probably has the best voice for Skylander Spyro, and that Academy has the best look. Because who was it? Matt Mercer took over, I think, in the games. It was Josh Keaton for a little bit. I forget how many games specifically, but then at the end, Matt Mercer took over.
Yeah.
Because I remember him being the voice of him in Imaginators. Oh, I was way off. How was that not aligned right? There you go. Also, let me make sure that I'm not muted again. Okay. I know
No, you're fine.
It's been 28 minutes, but yeah, I need to make sure. Because, that last stream, what were we doing? That wasn't the race, was it? Oh no, it was the race.
No, it was the race, yeah.
Fucking got fucking muted, didn't even know. For what, like 17 minutes or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, God damn it. So I have to be extra careful and extra sure that I'm unmuted entirely.
Well, Andre still left me on red, so
No!
I don't think these Spyro casts are gonna happen.
No!
Well,
How long has it been since you last contacted him?
A couple days ago because, well, I waited a week to send a follow-up, and then you didn't reply to the follow-up either.
And you were supposed to contact him on what?
Instagram.
Does not have an email?
He said Instagram was the best way to reach him.
Try to find an email, I'd say.
Okay.
Just for the sake of being thorough and being like, well, I contacted you here, didn't hear anything back, so I tried this. Let's see if that works. Ah, okay. Musa cleared up. Josh Keaton was Spyro for the majority of the Skylanders games, but it wasn't until Imaginators where he was replaced by Matt Mercer.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
But anyway, while I'm waiting for those, I have a couple more ideas for videos, and I don't know which one to add to the list.
I have a good idea for a video that is Rumble themed.
What is it?
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
It's nothing crazy, but I just want to keep it a little on the down low. I also, well, people will start to learn kind of what it is when I do a poll. I'll probably put that poll up tomorrow if I can remember. So I would say on Twitter, since I've got work in the morning, I'd say after about 10 a.m. Pacific Standard, look for a poll. Or before, even before, maybe before 10 a.m. Tomorrow. Look out for a poll on my twit.
My twit.
It'll be a Rumble related video. Or poll, I mean.
I wanna do more deep dives, but I can't think of any, like, topic.
Deep dives. Spyro deep dives specifically?
don't know, like Spyro, Shantae.
Or if it's not a poll, it's gonna probably be just like an open-ended like question. It'll be like a different type of poll. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make like a poll, or if it's gonna be like, here's a question. I'm opening it up to everyone to answer this question. What do you guys want to blah 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 about this? And then you just answer in the comments, I guess. So I'm gonna start tallying some things up, and really I just want to see kind of where those results kind of lie, and then I'll likely do a video around them. I'm gonna gather data, as it were.
Gather data.
Data. Okay, let's see. I did this not the way I usually do it, so let's go right instead of left. Whee. Oh, do you want me to share my screen, by the way, so you can see this in real time?
No, that's fine. Hold on, I'm just reading chat.
This definitely help me without quick chat.
Trying to get Jess for no, not I wasn't. No, I was trying to get Andre Sogliuzzo, Sparks, because I met him at Anime Pasadena, and he said he would be open to doing Spyrocast, but he didn't reply to me. So.
Yeah, definitely try an email. See if that helps or works a little better.
And then I wanted to get Robbie Damon, but he can't do it because of contractual obligations.
Damn it. That would have been the best one. That would have been so funny.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh!
In Sparks' voice with subtitles, I would love that. He did the Sparks voice when I met him, and like, you know, it's just like, oh, give me something to say, and so I had him, you know, just like say like, he was just like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, or something, and then he did the Sparks voice, and I was like, oh, like it was just a weird moment where I was just like, ah, my childhood.
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay. I'm a fucking... Oh my god. I must be really tired right now. I messed everything up. I did this all... You guys could see that, too. If you guys were really paying attention. I'm surprised no one yelled at me at chat for being like, why did you not fucking pick up the key when you were over there? Because I got it mixed up. I was like, oh, I shouldn't be here yet. I need the key. Key is over there. I got the two locations of the key and chest mixed up. And then right now I just took the long way around. Fuck me, dude. Fuck me.
Yeah, Melissa Disney and Carolyn Lars. Actually, especially Melissa Disney. I would love to talk to her, but I don't know how to.
I was gonna ask that.
No way how I'd go about contacting her.
I was gonna ask you, like, who would you want to have on who was a voice actor or somebody else notable from, those original teams and all that to have on Spyrocast. See if they remember what they did or if it's a voice actor.
Pamela
like...
Hayden. Pamela Hayden, of course, but.
That would be really cool. Does she have a Twitter or anything like that? Is she even on social media?
I don't know.
Would you have to find like her website or something?
Probably. How many people want me to do that? Just go finding and reaching out to as many Spyro voice actors as I can.
Well, that would be cool, and that fits you the most, seeing as you're a voice actress and stuff like that. Like, and a lot of the videos you do are very noticeable. They get noticed. So.
I'm gonna, you know what? I might do that. I might just like write up an email, like a draft of an email that I can send out to like everyone and see who responds.
Yeah. It'd be cool to have Tom Kenny on.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you can like refer him to the video. Not that he'd probably have the time to watch it, but like,
Yeah.
you could refer him to and be like, yeah, I did a whole thing and you were featured very heavily in it. Plus, the shout out my friend got for me was in there. You could say to him, and then all that stuff, and ask him direct questions about like, or even
Like, yeah, I
like,
did a whole video about how you did everything wrong in Reigniting.
no, no.
I know.
But you could if you have them prepared or whatever, like way ahead of time, you could play some of those lines for him, cut them out from the actual recording itself, but let it record as you're like doing it raw, and then just be like, yeah, what are your thoughts on like, where was your headspace during this line read, or like, was this comparison between the original read and something that you made a note to be like, I didn't like the way I said that in the original, let me redo that, even though this was a pretty prominent line. Or like things like that, or like what are your thoughts? And I would just pick the hell out of their brains and see what they could remember about doing both of them. For him specifically, anyway, like what he would be able to remember. That would be really interesting.
Wait, Andre was still Sparks in Hero's Tale, right? I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause he had a thing, I mean, I know you can't always tell because of this, but like, he had a thing at his table, of a Hero's Tale Sparks. Like, a print of a Hero's Tale Sparks to sign, so. I was thinking, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was still him.
It was interesting hearing him speak as him. He was the first one, and that was pretty cool. But then that act alone opened the gateway for fucking David Spade.
Yeah.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Let me have Elijah Wood on Spyro Cast. He doesn't remember.
What would you even... Okay, as cool as that would
He
be,
wouldn't even-
what would both of y'all even talk about? Because you haven't played... You've only played Dawn of the Dragon. You haven't really dabbled in much of the other ones.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Legend, and he doesn't know anything about Legend apparently either.
Just ask him about Spy Kids 3. He probably remembers more about his small cameo in that.
Yeah, he probably remembers the guy more.
Yeah, remember when you were the guy and you said cake and then you got shot and you died? You said oops and then you died.
Remember when you were the guy? Oh yeah, I love that.
I love the guy.
Remember when you were Spyro? Who?
Who? Who the fuck? Elijah, how'd you like your time voicing Spyro? Oh, who the fuck? Also, right now would be your time to give direct feedback to Miharu about what you liked about the video. For those who have watched already.
Yes. Give direct feedback or leave comment on the video. Comments are always appreciated.
Yeah. Why don't you go on over there and find out?
Why don't you go out there and find out? It
what's
is
on the other side of that river?
jackass.
Why don't you glide there and find out?
So why you being so mean to me?
Bro, I just asked you a simple question. Thank God he wasn't the one that popped up when Spyro asked what was in the fourth dragon mouth. North Nexus. What's in there? Why don't you get 100% and find out? Like, whoa.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad it wasn't him. So what's in there? Why don't
Fucking,
you
I don't know.
complete the game and find out? I don't know. How about you stop skipping dragons and gems, you idiot? Oh, no, it's like if you really want to like judge me, how about you stop skipping the flight levels, you asshole?
Oh my God. Marco!
It's like if you want to feel personally attacked.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind over there.
Get Roger Craig Smith. Be like, oh, am I doing a Sonic podcast? No, it's Spyro. Spyro. Yeah, you were like...
Wait, was Marco... Okay, was Marco Roger Craig Smith?
Everyone kept saying he was. We thought it was Robbie Damon.
Yeah, okay. I just wonder which one it was that we thought and which one actually was. Because I couldn't remember.
Yeah, we thought it was Robbie because it sounded like he had a little bit of
like
Hunter. Yeah. But then someone clarified, or if it wasn't a clarification, then someone at least put it forward that it's probably actually Roger Craig Smith. Because we know he's in the game.
It's so weird. So many of like the voice acting credits are like, you know, there were so many like ones that are miscredited to like other people. Fucking, I didn't know. I just found out who the sorceress is actually voiced by. I thought it was Misty Lee for the longest time because it was miscredited.
Who was it?
It's Sissy Jones.
Oh. See, maybe that's because modern fucking credits for kids things, I'm not sure about everything nowadays in general, but since we're fucking adult children, fucking credits nowadays just lump...
suck.
They lump fucking all the voice actors and actresses into one list. They don't fucking put who voices who anymore.
Yeah, we need to know the names. Like,
I hate that shit.
That's how we... Like, this is how people, you know, get
miscredited.
And, like, I don't like that because I'm just like, shit, well, I don't want to miscredit people.
Yeah. Plus it just leads to misunderstandings and stuff.
Yeah. Like, I didn't know that until somebody told me in the comments of of my little sorceress mini analysis video.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was just like, well, shit. So I had to pin a comment that just corrected that, but I'm just like, yeah, that just, you know, goes to show you that, like, many of the credits were, like, misattributed, and, like, at the time of making that video, like, there were so many credits that were all over the place, and we had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think about who I would want for the Bandicast that was of that caliber. I'll say this much right now, and one of them can always change later. It just depends. First, Todor.
Spyro. Some big norks up ahead are wearing armor. And in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
If I didn't already talk about them, I'll kind of reveal too that I did talk to and ask to be on Bandicast, did reply, but for two different reasons, couldn't do it, or one of them prefers to wait before they consider doing it. I did reach out to Josh Mansell, who was the composer of the original Naughty Dog Trilogy music and CTR. And because he had done some interviews on Crash, he was like, I just don't know if there's anything else like new I could bring to the table for an interview. And mind you too, when it comes to people like them, like Lou and people like that, where they obviously worked on at least one game in the series, and they're like, you know, part of, you know, making the games. I have to, of course, the main Bandicast questions I ask everyone are tailored to fans of the series. I'd have to completely rework them for special guests of people who like actually worked on the games or come from the games or whatever the case may be. So that being said, I would have had to make up some very specific special questions to ask Josh, and I didn't have anything on me at that time. It was just more of me asking him to see if he was interested. So with him going like, yeah, I've done so many that I don't even know what I'd be able to say that's new anymore, and me not having anything to offer him, like, well, like, you know, consider this, I do have some very specific questions that kind of, would you like to at least, you know, could you please view these or something for consideration? I didn't have anything, and so therefore I just kind of fell apart with getting him on. But it was for a completely understandable reason. And the other guest I wanted to have on so bad was Nicholas Cole for doing the concept art. But because of all the weirdness that happened with the launch and development even of Rumble, he just kind of wanted to step away from everything for a while related to Crash. Not to imply that weird rocky shit went down behind the scenes. We don't know. But there were a lot of people that walked out around the time of right after Crash 4 came out. And he was one of them. So I don't know what happened. It's not my place to ask. And he just wasn't super duper 1000% confident and wanted to jump into talking about Crash stuff. So that opens you up for getting him for Spyrocast. And I already know he's going to probably say yes. So...
Well, the thing, I did ask him and he never replied, so...
Oh, well, do it again. Ask him.
I did, and then I followed up, and he still never replied.
Damn it. Well, shit. But yeah, in terms of anyone else... Ooh. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, Jess would be interesting if just... But, like, he didn't voice Crash. He did, but he didn't say anything as him. He just babbled. Like, what am I going to talk about? How did you enjoy doing baby speak for Crash? For, like,
how'd you
4
enjoy
games?
the babbling?
Like, there is, like, a trope of character that is like that. Like, Taz is certainly one of them. It's always the, like, either, you know, foreign character that speaks a whole other language that is a real language, but they don't speak English, and they're kind of mostly mute otherwise, or they speak gibberish, because there was a dude in the Zombies movies that's like that. And again, there's Taz. Even in Lunatics Unleashed, that version of Taz, you know, Slam, he still babbles. That was Kevin Michael Richardson. So they turned Crash into that by the time of Tag Team Racing. How do you ask a voice actor? How do you interview a voice actor about Crash when, like, that's what he did for Crash? He said a couple things. Pancakes. His own name.
For what?
He said Nina once in a cutscene.
He said Nina once in a cutscene.
He said look at that, but it sounded very Scooby-Doo like he said look at rat.
Look at rat. He said Rutro.
He said Rutro. He said third level lots of luck. That's pretty much it though. Like, I mean, I would love to have him on. I would love to. It probably couldn't be about Crash though. There isn't too much. I would love to have Debbie or Eden on. I want to talk to a Coco again. I was just enamored by being able to talk to and hang out for like 10 minutes with Hendon Walsh that I did not even think to talk about Coco with her. Again, not that there was much even to talk about. She only voiced her in the original CTR, so she just had a few lines to say, but still, I technically did. I did meet a Coco voice actress. But I would love to have on either Debbie or Eden. That'd be awesome. Oh, see you, sir. Farewell, friend. Greg Eagles would be a good one as well. I would definitely like to talk to him about Insane. So one of like the first voice actors, like the revamped, you know, a radical rather era voice actor for Crash, having to completely revert their performance into a quote unquote reenactment of the tone of the Naughty Dog era. In terms of that, Greg, I remember, I did a Periscope stream on this. When all that Crash 3 footage came out, for Insane, I was taken aback. That was the first time we heard him do a Mel Winkler type take on Aku. So that just made me fucking... I was just like, holy shit, like, he can do it. That's awesome. Because Titans era stuff, Radical era, I keep saying, you know, stuff, it was jokey jokes and silly weird shit that sounded more fit for a Saturday morning cartoon. Yeah.
It was basically just grim.
It was just grim, without the accent. But specifically what he was saying, the jokes he was pulling too. Who sends socks to a magical mask with no feet? That's not a Night Dog era thing Aku would say to Uka. But it's whatever, right? I don't really... Again, that's where I think the humor in the Radical stuff is a little odd sometimes. Like I said, it's more fit for a Saturday morning cartoon than it is specifically for Crash. But I'm not offended by it.
That's why I liked it.
Well, exactly. That's why you liked it. And I'm not offended by it. Sometimes it is really fucking funny. Other times, when it gets a little too lol random, it's a little too lol random, even for Crash. The more I look back on it. Like, I liked it and didn't even have any opinions on it back when I was a kid. I just have a few opinions now, but they're nothing too crazy. But having to revert completely back to the era that I grew up with Crash in, and having it just more straightforward with some funny bits, but like the kind of like the different what kind of tone? I don't want to say darker. That's not quite right, but like that more grounded tone is back. The humor is still there, and if anything, the way we've been, you know, Miharu's been analyzing the sense of animation and kind of humor for Spyro. For Crash, it was kind of a lot of the same thing for Insane, where the heightened animations, being able to have more polys per character and what have you, did service the characters in terms of Crash's wacky humor and whatever. You could have snappier, sillier animations. You could do more with the faces. Everyone could express themselves more. And this is before Crash 4, where they would sometimes go off model, but that's how crazy it got. But despite inserting that into, you know, the Night Dog era stuff while retelling it, they still kept that grounded factor in for the most part. Like, Aku never does anything too silly, because that's just kind of not really who he was, right? He was the malevolent spirit, and they kept that tone in Insane. And they probably told Greg, yo, you need to take a listen rather, to Mel. You're gonna kind of have to match that for this one, for these games.
Yeah.
And he did it. And even with Crash 4, that with the fantastic performances they gave in Insane and Nitrofield, that allowed Toys for Bob to experiment with Crash 4. Those same actors, somewhat the same tone, but kind of going back to the weird silliness of sort of the Radical era. Anything that was past Naughty Dog. That was post Naughty Dog, rather. And so, you get, again, like the one I'll always say is, I think it is still Corey Burton doing engine, even in Crash 4, right? Was it still him?
Wait, it was in Crash 4?
Yeah.
Corey Burton? Yeah.
Because even him having some of the lines that he had, and I'm always thinking of that very specific one where he just repeats stupid over and over. Like, that one felt very Radical era, but it's Naughty Dog era inspired engine saying it. Somehow it still works, right? And having that kind of freedom to experiment with the humor, I think only was able to happen because Insane and Nitrofield kind of blended the humor of the other devs into like one experience.
I know so many people don't like. I know so many people don't like that choice, but like when they were like announcing all the voice actors for Insane and stuff, I was freaking ecstatic that Corey Burton was coming back as Engine. I was so happy. Like, you had no idea. Everyone was like, oh my god, is Wrath of Cortex voice? And I was like, oh my god, is Wrath of Cortex voice?
it was funny because back then I didn't know that he also reprised Entropy, and I was like, oh shit, because Entropy just sounds so much different, and the accent's a lot better, because for the one line he had as Entropy in Wrath of Cortex was really odd, and it was delivered really weird.
Yeah, it went, doctor.
Say, doctor, and it's just really weird.
Doctor.
But, it was okay. It was kind of hard to hear because of the goddamn stupid audio mixing, but in Insane, like, it shines, and I love listening to his voice there. He really nailed the voice down by the time of Insane.
Yeah.
His work on Clifford, well, I mean, sure, but then it's not Crash, is it? Like, why am I going to invite him onto a Crash podcast to talk about his other work? I would love to talk about his other work in something that isn't branded something else specifically, you know what I mean? If I had, like, a generic podcast and just brought random people on, that would be cool.
Okay, I'm going to be back in about a half hour or so. I'm gonna actually take a bath because my cramps are hurting me.
Okay, that sounds good. Go and do your thing. I'll
Okay.
see you in a bit.
Alright.
When you see errors like these, you can
Errors
charge
like
along with them
these.
to begin a supercharge.
Awkward Gamer, hello!
Supercharge. Excellent.
Supercharged! Yeah, hopefully all of that made sense, but, I'm trying to think of who else I would like to have. I've never had a voice actor on Bandicast. But I don't know if I could get anyone like that. I mean, Miharu being able to do it is because she's A, more well known in the space than I am, B, also a voice actress. So, like, that already gives her way more credibility. But I would like to have very specific questions in mind for different voice actors. But I'm trying to think even beyond voice actors, because again, like I said, I did try to get Josh Mansell being a composer, so like it would be really cool to get other composers, but that would also be tough because I don't know. The only other composers of Crash that I know relatively quote-unquote well would be Spyro Mouth, except that they're broken up, and I don't know what they're all doing now. Like, Gabriel Mann and Rebecca Newell still do music together, but I think he is so, like Gabriel specifically, because he's the one I see a lot, like, around a lot more. He does interviews about his music and stuff, and he's in an interview about a good 2 or 3 years ago, he did touch very briefly on Spyro Mouth. I think he even name-dropped Crash to Insanity, I think. Because that was one of their biggest projects outside of the album they did. And what a lot of you guys probably don't even know is that they had an album. And if you want to know something even crazier, before I mentioned West Side Studios and stuff like that, that was 2013. Back in 2009, I had another channel, the first channel I ever, I didn't make it, one of my neighborhood friends did, but if you've ever seen, for any reason at all, mainly if you've looked up Spyro Mouth music, you'll probably see a lot of those hits, and a lot of the ones that get shown are from a channel called Painbusters 316. That was my old channel I made with my friends here in the neighborhood, where we would do stupid stunts and film each other being just dumb and being kids and playing and hurting each other. But after we kind of grew out of doing those videos, I took over the channel and just kind of threw whatever I wanted on there. So I uploaded the entire Spyro Mouth album, like, song by song. So those got a few thousand hits each. If you see any Spyro Mouth from their album, because that album came out in '99, if you see those on YouTube from Painbusters, that was me. I uploaded those. So that was one of the things I found out about their album, or I think my mom was the one who told me about their album quite some time after Twin Sanity first came out and I fell in love with it. So to hear them in a completely different context, because half the songs on that album are covers of other songs, and then like the other half are like their own original pieces. But hearing them in that just completely different context, way prior to Twin Sanity, it was surreal. It was really cool. I wouldn't even know like what to ask Gabriel, man. I'd have to think really hard. For a lot of these, like, special guests, I'd have to think really hard about the types of questions I'd want to ask them, because they can't be the fan questions, of course. They'd have to be very specific, very... because they were so, like... Everything is about, like, surrounding Spyro Mouth is just kind of niche, right? Like, acapella is something of a niche, like, genre of music. It's not something that anyone could just put on and jam to, because there are different versions of acapella. There's, like, the classic barbershop quartet type acapella. There's the more alternative modern acapella, like what Spyro Mouth and them are, which they just do covers of, like, recent songs or even older songs, but they do different things with their voices. You have the very heavily edited ones, like Spyro Mouth. They do their own distortions and what have you, and effects on their voices. There's an acapella group I followed. Their names were Noda. They were like, I think, either Dominican, or they were like I think Puerto Rican or something. They had some like Mexican flair to them as well. That was way too early. They sound really cool, and they have kind of a Spyro Mouth-ish sound to them, kind of, sort of. I'd highly recommend finding them, because their album is super dope. I mean, there was a whole show, a whole American Idol-esque show about a cappella music. I don't know if any of you guys ever remember this, but back in the early to mid-2010s, there was a show that used to come on TV called The Sing-Off. I believe that's what it was called, The Sing-Off. And it was essentially, this, like, very American Idol, So You Think You Can Dance type show, but a cappella music. And you'd have the groups come out, and they'd say their story and everything, and they'd do their songs, their covers, and just like American Idol. And they had the judges there, and it was really cool. And Noda, I think, were the first winners, the winners of Season 1. Pentatonics, if you guys know about them, they won Season 2. That's how, if you've heard any of their albums or any of their stuff on YouTube, that only happened because of how big they got off of winning the Sing-Off. And stuff like that. The album came from the Sing-Off because that's what you would win, the record deal, to make an album. And that's how Noda got theirs, and theirs is so goddamn good. But, okay, I'm just nerding out at this point about acapella music. Sorry, everything about Spyro Mouth is niche, right? Twin Sanity is kind of like it's okay, but not a lot of people say it's their favorite of the Crash series. And then again, acapella being such a niche, like, genre of music. And then Spyro Mouth being an acapella group that not a lot of people know. And if you do know it, it's likely because you played Twin Sanity or Tag Team. So, like, it's going to be really... I don't know how many interviews they've done, or even just Gabriel on his own. I've only seen, one or two, right? It did incentivize me to look into Gabriel Mann's music, his solo stuff, and it's really good. But point being, coming back onto track of the topic at hand, I don't know what I would ask Gabriel Mann about if I were to bring him on the Spyrocast. Like, in this hypothetical scenario, if he fucking agreed to be on, or Banditcast, sorry, my bad. If you're to be on Banditcast, what could I ask him about, right? I have to think of some really good shit and still keep it relatively tight to Crash. Like, what was the hardest track to to do, to perform for the game, or what was the most fun, the weirdest? How did you get your idea? I mean, okay, so there are a few questions I suppose I could ask. I don't know. The reason why I said I don't know how many interviews they've done, because I don't know how many of those types of questions they've answered before. I have no idea. That's how underground all that shit is, and how, like, on the grand scheme, in the grand scheme of the internet and shit like that, Sparmouth, Crash, Twinsanity, Gabriel Man, all of them, they're good, they're notable, but they are still so goddamn niche compared to, like, what the internet finds popular, right? Every facet of it, acapella music, Spyro Mouth, and Twinsanity are all very niche things in the wide scheme of the internet. So, how popular Spyro Mouth got after Twinsanity and Tag Team, I don't fucking know. How many interviews any of those members did, if not Gabriel himself or even Rebecca, I don't fucking know. So, like, the thing, I'll say this right now, the thing I would like to do, again, hypothetically, if we were to get Gabriel Man on the podcast, is to really shed the light on, like, the work that it took to make that soundtrack. And even what it was like to do, you know, half the soundtrack for Tag Team. And, you know, what kinds of, like, prompts did Traveler's Tales Oxford give you for Twinsanity for, like, okay, this level, because you have to assume, it's so funny. Sometimes you can hear the theming, and that's, of course, what kind of should happen in a game, and its soundtrack, but it's really funny with Twinsanity because it's all a cappella, that, like, you have to think, okay, very specifically, the Brio Entropy fight. If you listen to that theme, you're going to hear a bunch of ribbits, slurps, like its tongues snatching out to grab flies, and flies buzzing. That is part of the soundtrack that Sparmouth decided to put in there for the Brio Entropy fight. Has nothing to do with Entropy, has all to do with Brio. So the prompt must have been, okay, this is going to be this song that we want you to do for this bit. This is this boss fight. It's this scientist who drinks a potion and turns into a giant frog creature. That's what they had to have told them, and they just ran with that theme full on. And it's the funniest shit when you hear it with that kind of context. That's hilarious to me. I want to know if every, like, track had this type of, like, this is the theme, make it kind of spooky and weird. It's the evil school or whatever, right? Or, like, what prompted you to pick different classical bits to do as quote-unquote little covers or samples or whatever it'd be considered with, like, the Blue Danube or, like, fucking, aka the song that plays during the Worm Chase with where you can find Papu Papu sleeping in the hut and all that, or, you know, like those classical pieces of music. It'd be very interesting to try and get him on, but I have to think of more than kind of just that. I have to really think about the questions I'd want to ask. Because I have no idea, like, Mark Barrel, like, I have no idea what I would ask him. Or, like, right, so, like, composers, that would be a lot harder, especially because one of the ones for, one of the guys who did Nitro Cards music passed away not too long ago, and that really sucks. What really sucks, going back to voice actors, is of course, I would love to have someone like Mel Winkler, let that would ever happen, but, like, you know, or fucking Brendan O'Brien on. Brendan seems like he probably would want to do a little thing like that and talk about Crash. Because, again, he was the Mel Blanc of the Crash series for the start there. He did damn near everyone's voice. He was the original voice of Cortex, he did Brio, he did Engine, he did Tiny, he did, who else? He did, well, Crash himself with the Woes, he did, and the other stuff, like the Uh-Oh and Ba-da-ba and stuff like that. He did, who else did he do? Could be missing. I believe he did the laughs for Pinstripe. So he did a lot for the Crash series at first. some voices have deviated away from those original takes, but some haven't. And we have him to thank, but he's passed as well, so can't get him on. I don't know who else I would ask on that front. The biggest ones for me, of course, just because I'm me, would be Debbie or Eden. Like I said before, that'd be really, 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 really cool. Because the other big-time voice actors, like, and Debbie's one too, so that's why I'm saying, like, I'll likely never be able to get her on, but that would be really cool if I could. Kevin Michael Richardson, I mean, he's voiced a couple characters in the Crash series, but, like, I don't know, the biggest one being Crunch that everyone knows, but then he's also, he was Stu, in, Nitro Field. But it's hard to talk about those kinds of characters when they don't have a whole lot going on with them. You know what I mean? Like, Kevin Michael Richardson only voiced Crunch in, what, 2 games? So how do you talk about that for a long period of time? Or, okay, that was, alright, that was not fair, but anyway. Stu, he voiced him in the Nitro Field segments, the CTR TV things. How do you talk about him at length when he doesn't have a lot? He's just an announcer guy. That's the character. And again, Crash doesn't talk, so, like, who else? Like, who would I be able to get? I'm just gonna use the freaking supercharge for him again. Hopefully I won't miss this time. Alright, time to get the other stuff from the Fairy's Kiss. I don't think I'm missing much else. I think that might be it. Also, I saw Zork. Hello! Yeah, this should be it. Yep. Is there the nominees for the Game Awards? Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I mean, I had a whole spiel, so I don't want to, like, go back and repeat the whole spiel. But, I do think it's strange, for lack of a better word, that, it's always a lot of the AAA stuff that gets noticed more heavily than the indie stuff and some other stuff. And it's usually, like, the same, like, hand-picked games that go across all those things they got nominated for. I mainly watch... I voted for a few just because I knew them or felt that they were worthy of winning that kind of, category or whatever. But I mainly watch the Game Awards for the announcements and the reveals and the trailers, more so than the awards. Even though it's cool that they're getting recognized for their stuff and their work, but, like... I'm more in it for, like, the announcements and stuff. You know what? Lex Lang would be interesting. Yeah, both Nishiverse and Lazio just said it. He would be interesting, because I know Jeremiah Isaiah did have an interview with him before. That was a really long time ago, I remember that. I remember, too, because he was trying to kind of hide his chuckles when Lex did the Cortex voice, and he was like, Jeremiah Isaiah. And it was just so great. He had like this little message that he's because, of course, interviewing him and stuff, Jerry goes, okay, I got it here. Can you please do the Cortex voice? And he does it, and, it's always something giddy. You always get giddy kind of when a voice actor of a character you like or is cool or whatever, like, I did this all wrong. I did this all wrong. Says your name, So that would be really cool. Lex Lane would be another one for sure, a voice actor. So Debbie or Eden Regal and Lex Lane are definitely ones. Because they have to be characters, well, not have to be, but I'll be able to really come up with the most stuff to be able to talk about if it's a character that has enough of this history throughout the series with their personality, changes or tweaks or things that have been added to their personality, and the actors and actresses that really give them personality throughout all the games that they're in as them, those are the ones I want to hit, right? I would like to hit, theoretically. And so, yeah, Debbie being, Coco for a great chunk of the time, and Eden being, the newcomer who replaced her, but, like, without having to talk about, the future of Crash or whatever, or would you continue to voice her? It was just kind of more of like, okay, well, like, where could you see this interpretation of the character going? Or, like, what do you feel you could add to her? Depending on, because it depends on the writing and stuff, too, or how much you improv off of the writing, because sometimes actors and actresses do that. That'd be a good question in general for any of the Crash or Spyro voice actors or actresses. How much were you allowed to kind of improvise takes? Or, like, if they wanted it set a certain way or whatever, but then you tried a different take that ended up either just being funnier or that actually made it in. But that's so, like, specific of a thing. Not everyone's going to have that answer. They'll probably be like, I don't know, or, like, probably not. That's usually where it would... That's likely the answer... or answers that could be given. But for Lex Lane as Cortex, I mean, that's a good topic because of the fact that his take on Cortex, and again, how they wrote him in Twinsanity, changed the arc and course of Cortex's character. Some people think for better and some others think for worse, because some people really like the campier Cortex, and others really much, more prefer the kind of more cold and calculated Cortex. Clancy's Cortex. And Clancy Brown himself would be a cool voice actor to have on as well, because you could talk to him about Uka and Cortex. But again, not for too long, because, Clancy took over for Brendan for Cortex, and then did, Uka in Crash 3, but both of those voices for those characters had to be softened. And then, effectively, after Nitro Kart, he stopped being the voice of both of them. And by the time of Twinsanity, it was Alex Fernandez as Uka and Lex as Cortex. So even though those takes and performances were kind of based off of Clancy, Uka just kind of morphed over time. Cortex just had a whole kind of like overhaul, as it were. The Uka's identity and kind of like thing just sort of morphed a little bit, because the closest it stayed to the original interpretation was in Twinsanity. And then after that, literally, he was not at all in Tag Team. And then by Titans, it was John DiMaggio, and it was a completely different look, feel, and performance for the character. But Lex's Cortex just kind of like changed the character a little bit. Sorry, point being, it'd be interesting. think Miharu met him. When she comes back, I'll have to ask her. I think she did. At least once or twice. And I know Dave did recently. Or was it recently? No. Sorry, that was Roger Craig Smith. I even despite that, I think Dave's met Lex. I can't remember. But being this highly, this popular voice actor, celebrity man, it'd be really hard to get him. Drink some water. It would be really hard to get him.
Welcome to Wizard Peak.
It's easier to get him? I mean... How easy are we talking? In the sense of, like... How, like, open is he to doing, like, interviews on specific... Because I don't want it to be an interview as a thing. I want it to be a discussion. That's what the Bandicast is. It does feel interviewee, but I don't brand it as an interview show. It's more of like a discussion. The point being, like, I'm a small YouTuber. I don't know if I'd be able to get him. It would be cool, though. Hexos, hello, sir. Before I forget, let me get these 2 gems up here. I always forget those. Yeah. A hella bucket list one. It's a bucket list to be able to talk to him at all, or even just meet him in general. But because I had multiple chances at E3, but never ended up being able to do so. I would love to have Jason Rubin on. That would be fucking dope. But I feel, the more I think about it, I feel like he'd be in the same kind of boat as Josh Mansell. He's done so many discussions and so many, like, this is how Crash started. This is what we did. This is how we came up with him. And this is what he was before. And this is what he turned into. And this is, these were our plans for Crash Bandicoot, even after he was not Willy Wombat and was Crash Bandicoot, but before the actual first game release, like the more prototype and beta stuff. That's all out there already. And then even past Crash 1, Crash 2, 3, and CTR, same kind of deal. He's answered so many questions on, we brought in more characters, more things, more stuff, more detail in Crash 2, vehicles and other things in Crash 3, CTR. We were kind of done after that. We wanted to do Jack, Jack and CTR. Jack started around the time that CTR was like midway or nearing the end of development, and so Andy was doing Jack while everyone else was finishing up CTR, and so, like, that's all already out there, and then that's literally where it stops with Jason and, like, Andy and most of the original Naughty Dog team. That's just where, well, actually, everybody. No, now that I think about it, that's where Naughty Dog stops with, of course, the Naughty Dog Trilogy and CTR. It'd be really hard in hindsight to figure out what to talk about with him, being, like, the co-creator, but I have to, because the thing is, I wanted to stand out. And I still wanted to stand out even for Josh, but, having done so many interviews, he just wanted to take a pass. So I get that. I'm not butthurt about it. However, I would really, really want someone, if I were to go after and try to contact someone like Jason, that's like that's on a whole other level, basically. I have to really think of some intricate shit to ask him or to talk to him about. And I don't want it to be, before anyone says in the chat too, I really would probably rather not have it be about, what are your thoughts on Crash after you guys stopped making the games? And then it was, Crash Bash and Wrath of Cortex. Because one of the things that he said, he was, that he said, it's on record, that he was like, yeah, everything past what we did. It's kind of like seeing, your daughter grow up and then she leaves the house and the next time you hear from her, she's a prostitute. Or something like that, right? And it's like, ooh, yeah, they just don't... They tried to kill Crash, and not for anything necessarily bad. They just really felt they felt the work they did on Crash, they were in their element. Naughty Dog, at that time, they were in their element. And
Papa, would you like to go?
after doing what they did for the PS1 era and really, heightening up PlayStation as a brand with Crash, they weren't the sole ones, of course, but they definitely contributed to it, and stuff like that. They wanted to move beyond Crash and work on more stuff. And that is not only in part to having already done so many games in the series for Crash, but also because of the behind-the-scenes shit for how Universal was treating them and stuff like that. It was something that Jason himself talked about in a very, I've mentioned this before, but in a very, kind of controversial talk at this, DICE Summit thing that he was doing, to where developers and stuff go and do things, I guess. I'm not really sure fully what it's like an expo of sorts, but it's mainly for media and dev people and stuff. Very almost tech-like based things and what have you. I'm not sure if it's fully entertainment-like things or whatever, but in any case, he had a talk there, a speech. It was almost like this, it's kind of like what TED Talk became, before TED Talk. So they had this DICE Summit thing, and he, in 05, I think it was, did the speech about the relationship between publisher and developer, and how that, of course, matters, not just in the scheme of pushing your product, but also, how you're treated in the industry. It's on some Hollywood bullshit. But, in calling a lot of those practices and that stuff and how they treat people, treat teams as a whole, represent people in teams as a whole, who gets invited to the fucking parties and stuff. There was a lot he kind of exposed and broke down and talked about, to the point where, and it was probably all this pent-up stuff he had since the Crash days. And then, not long after, Jet 2 had come out, I think, around that time or something like that. And then after all that was said and done, and I think he already had it planned, not even 2 weeks after that talk, he quit Naughty Dog. Point being, though, is that, yeah, I don't think he has any real opinion beyond it's just not what we did for everything that's not what they did for Crash, right? If I were to say, what are your thoughts on Twin Sanity? What are your thoughts on Crash 4? Crash 4, okay, Insane and Crash 4 might be something, because he was kind of, something of a consultant on that. A lot of older Naughty Dog devs, like Andy, I think, of them, were, kind of consulted for Insane and stuff like that to make sure the Naughty Dog feel was intact. But that's kind of, so all I would have as subjects to talk about and topics would be their stuff and the stuff that people made now that are like their stuff. I don't think I could talk about Team Rumble or fucking Twin Sanity. I don't even know what he's got to say about Titans and Might Over Mutant. At least for him being the co-creator, again, I would understand if he absolutely wants nothing to do with ever seeing Titans crash anywhere. as a consumer and a fan, I like Titans and Mind Over Mutant. But I can obviously put that aside for, again, him being the co-creator and being like, that is just not us at all. That goes into a whole other thing, though, and I've talked about it before, about, you know, evolving a franchise and all that, beyond just the conventions of what they are known for. That's a whole ass conversation, though.
Good job, Spyro.
All your
One day you'll be able
adventures.
to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
Yeah, I think they'd be my top 3, though, voice actors to get for Bandicast if I try or someone else were to put a word in. I'd have to like give consent for that because I wouldn't want them to like necessarily speak for me, but it would be cool to get like either Debbie Derryberry, Eden Regal, or Lex Lang on. That would be pretty cool. But in terms of friends that I have here that are also fans of Crash, they dabble. Yeah, I actually just recently put out, just today, in fact, if not last night, I put out, I asked somebody if they wanted to be on. So, soon we will have another Bandicast episode ready to go. And there is a special guest that I am in talks with at the moment, and that's all I'll say about that. I'm pretty, if I can land this one special guest, it'd be pretty cool. So, there's your little teaser. Special guest. Not much of a teaser, but I literally don't want to say or spoil anything about it. Yeah. Let's go. Oh man, it gets hot in here way too fast. But I hate opening the window. I could point the fan towards me. That's an option. You know, I find it weird that we have this kind of situation going on. Oh, it's not just based off the position, it's based off the camera. That's so weird. Why don't they just have it on both sides? I really want to see like how the original game handles that, because I don't even remember. I think it blinks too, but like, oh, that's so weird. Watching the name of the level blink about like that. It's pretty funny though. Yeah, why not just have it on both sides? Yeah, let's. I'm getting ahead of myself. I forgot to go down the hole. I didn't go down this side at all. will get Wild Flight done because I don't like it. Oh, I was looking at Twitter. I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. Why did you design this way? Also, speaking of podcast guests, on the flip side, I think I've like teased her a couple times on this, but it would be amazing if Miharu got Stuart Copeland on Spyrocast.
It sure would be.
Oh, hi. Whoa, jump scare. It'd be awesome. How was your bath?
Oh, it was good. It was nice.
Nice. Did it help you with your stuffs?
Yeah.
Cool. Very, very good. Yeah, I had a whole spiel about who I would want on the Bandit cast and stuff like that, and Nationverse and Vlasio said, you know, if, in terms of voice actors, you could probably try to go for Lax. And I'm like, that would be cool. I don't know how easy that'd be, but that'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, I've had plenty of opportunities to talk to him because he's at literally every convention that I go to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, I can't remember if like you had already met him. I'm like, I'm sure you did like at least once or twice.
Oh yeah, I've seen him a couple times.
Venomous, what is up? 5 years already? Crazy, yeah. Yeah, if you ever see him and it's the very near future, you should ask him.
It's the very near future.
That would be hecka dope.
Me dope, yo.
It's time for Misty Bog. It's not very misty. It's more like hazy. Hazy bog. Woo. Oh, that's new. That's never happened. Okay, okay. Can we save this? Absolutely not. Oh, absolutely so. Whoa! I kill you, and I kill you, and I grab these gems.
I kill you and I kill you.
And I go over here, and I be the fuck careful. Oh! I have no sparks. Quick. Get Roscoe. Whoa. That was so weird. Well, we're not dead yet. That's a good thing. However, there's no fodder. That's a bad thing. Life. Why can't you give me a sparks while you're at it? Wow. Well. How the hell did I slip off there? That was weird. That's never happened before. Alrighty. Now all my sparksless experience has to come in, at least for another 2 seconds, because I'm about to get another... Or that happens. Cool.
Wonderful.
Well, that was weird.
Excellent. Supercharge. Excellent.
Supercharge.
Supercharge.
I killed the fodder, but sparks didn't come back immediately, and then I died. Alright, you frickin' frogs. You dang ass attack frogs. Oh! No hit. Frog cave. Let's go! Nice. The PS Portal, isn't that the Switch looking thing? It would be cool if you didn't have to, if it wasn't tied to the console. If it were an actual Switch-like thing, but it was for Sony games, for PlayStation, that would be really cool. If you could take it anywhere, that'd be awesome. But you can't do that, so it's not very awesome. I don't really care.
But you can't do that, so I don't give a shit.
It was really funny though, because when we saw that trailer and it showed a little bit of Rift Apart, it didn't quite look like Rift Apart, so I was like, wait a minute. Is that a fucking... Are they teasing the new Ratchet? And we had to like look at like promo art, because I'm like, that background doesn't look like Rift Apart. That looks like it's... What is that? It's still the Rift Apart design for Ratchet, but like the background that he was in front of, what was behind him didn't look like it came from Rift Apart. But I think it did. It was just some like promo image or whatever. I just didn't happen to recognize it in that moment. Good times.
Good times.
What do you want the focal point of the next Ratchet to be?
I don't know.
Cool.
I wanted to focus on Rivet and Kit, actually.
Rivet and Kit spin-off. Here's Bubba.
I'll tell you what
Booba.
to do with those creatures.
Booba.
Smash them, Spyro. Stamp them out and squish them and squash them.
Who voices him again?
How about charge them and flame them?
Oh, what's his name?
no,
Darren
I'm asking
DePaul
you.
or something?
Oh, okay.
I think it's like Darren DePaul.
I've never heard of him prior to this game.
He's in like Overwatch or something.
That still doesn't tell me anything. I don't know who he voices. I don't know who he is. As a man. Whee! Oh, went over it. We're just having a chill old time here.
Having a gay old time.
A gay old time. Yeah, I'm on world record pace and Reignited for beating Dao's OG time. I'm like 20 minutes over. And I'm not even in the last world yet.
Yeah, I could be reunited in like 5 minutes.
I was gonna say don't start. Yeah, I can beat all 3 games in like 5 hours.
Yeah, I can beat all 3 games, 337%, like 5 hours, 6 hours tops.
God damn it. I wish I could. That'd be awesome.
It's really not that hard for someone like me.
Okay, I did not say that.
I know.
I didn't exude the big dick energy.
For someone like me, it's not so hard.
It's not a problem at all. I do that every time I play. Okay, that is me with 120% in this game. I can't really go... I can't do any percent. There's no way. By playing casually, or whatever the case is, no, I have to pretty much like do 120%.
It's kind of impossible for me to play casually because I'm so good.
No, it's just that fun. It's that casual of an experience. I can definitely go playing Crash 1 without 100%ing it because that's not fun. With the 2 levels that trip me up every so often, or rather the 1. Oh, fuck off. Damn it. I veered away too soon. I think your voice is Reinhardt. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Is he the big Celtic-looking guy, or like I think he's? I don't even know. I don't know who I'm talking about. Who is he? I don't know.
He's a big man. That's all I know.
A big man, big man.
He's a big man, big man, big man.
Why is my throat so fucking itchy? What are you clickety-clacking over there?
I'm trying to fucking... Oh my god, why won't this work?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to do this stupid thing on Notion. I'm trying to get an icon to work here, but it's not working.
Oh.
Even though I have it at a good size, it shouldn't come out like that.
Oh boy. I'm hungry. I wish I had DoorDash funds to get a burger.
But you don't. But you didn't.
The only reason why you're so cacky is because when you get to have a burger, your metabolism goes.
Haha.
Mine does not. Mine goes. And it keeps it there. Oh god. And that's all that half of the level done. Time to come over here.
Time to come over here and do the thing.
I feel like treetops should infuriate me more than it does, because it's not that hard of a level. The only way it's unconventional is in how you have to explore it when compared to the rest of the levels in this game. Everything else is like a U shape or a complete circle, and it loops around. Okay. and it loops around itself. This one, like everything loops around itself and into itself. And so the exploration here is a little more open-ended isn't the right word, but like well, let's just leave it at intricate.
Intricate.
It's more intricate than your typical. I think it was designed specifically to not be a typical level that you've already come to expect.
Please work. Thank you.
So as always, that death right there was intentional, so it can just take me back over here. Yeah, I never really had a huge issue with this level, even as a kid. Well, as a kid. I've said before, as like a teen, because I remembered how to do it after, you know, when I was a kid, watching the PS Underground thing of the guy being like, this is how you get through this bit, you have to go the wrong way, and yada yada.
This is how you do the thing. Don't fuck up now.
Don't fuck it up.
If you do the thing, then do it right.
And you don't fuck it up. Yeah, as I was saying, it's a little easier to get Lex for stuff like that, for like podcasts and things.
Yeah, it seems like it probably would be.
I was saying I would love to have Debbie on, or even Eden. I was saying that before you left, like way before, I think. Or probably after you left. I think I was thinking about it, but I didn't say it out loud. I can't remember anymore.
I can't remember.
Oui. Huzzah! It is time, my dudes, to destroy the man. That's it. That's the only context I'm giving you. If anyone has me tabbed over and is just listening, tab back in. Show of hands in chat. How many of you typically tab over when you watch me? I'm just curious.
In what way?
Well, tab over and then listen while doing other shit.
Like, listen, yeah, listen to you in the background? Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Muy curioso. Mucho curioso.
I'm so curious.
I'm used to say tabs over. If all of y'all say tab over, I'm gonna actually start getting upset. I would rather you guys. I prefer it if you guys actually watched and were engaged in conversation.
I think people do the same thing when I stream too.
I don't. I watch you. And I interact with your chat. Just saying.
I'm just, and I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure people do the same thing to me too.
Boop. Boop. Oh. Well, that didn't work. Bop. I think I'm gonna start doing this more frequently if I can remember, but since we do have 10 dudes in here, I will take this opportunity to say, we have incentives! Check the description now, and you will see, even if you're watching this back as a video, whoever is here after the fact, check the description now, and you will see a bunch of incentives we have for both YouTube and the Twitch. And I'll say them out loud thusly. At 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, we'll be playing, or rather, we'll be having a Q&A session. But at 5,000, I will fucking torture myself for your entertainment by playing a Sonic game for 5 hours straight. 1 hour for each K. And you guys get to choose the game. We're going to have a variety of polls and see what game wins out in the end. And whatever you want to see, and whatever ends up winning those polls, is what I play. It'll likely be a 3D game, so. Then, over on the Twitch, if you guys want to see a full playthrough of Legend of Spyro, A New Beginning, I just went back up to 46 followers. We are very close. 50 followers is what we need to make that happen. So once I beat Doom Eternal, we'll switch right over to that. Because I was kind of thinking, I don't know if you wanted to join me for this so you could see the game in action, since I haven't shown it to you yet, but I was kind of thinking of streaming Recore on Twitch after Doom Eternal. Because that was the one I told you about that is like, if I had to describe it, its feel and sort of its gameplay, it's like a little bit of Horizon, a little bit of Ratchet and Clank, kind of.
Yeah.
And I haven't played much of it, so only the very beginning will be like not blind, and then the majority of the game is going to be like super duper blind. But before all that, you can undo those plans effectively and have me play A New Beginning, which I like. I like the game. I'd be willing to do it. It'll take a while because it's not long, but there's just plenty to do in that game. Regardless, you know, if it is repetitive or whatever y'all say about that game. But we can play that for 50 followers. For 100 followers, this will be a Twitch exclusive, not going to be uploaded as a VOD back up here on the YouTubes. We'll do Crash 4, 100% run. As a stream series. Not one big stream. That's going to kill me. It would be a stream series, so part 1, part 2, part 3, however long it takes for me to do it. But it would be 100%. Which I've only ever managed to... 100% in that game is not very fun. It's fun up until you have to go for, like, perfect relics and the fucking flashpad tapes and shit. And even certain levels with their gems, be it regular or inverted versions, are just not fun to go after. Like, I hate doing fucking, like, double trouble and... Or seeing double, rather, and fucking, like, rush hour and shit. But at 100 followers, we can do that. I definitely want to keep... I want to stream more on Twitch. I feel like I do not stream it very often at all on Twitch. And so, therefore, there's not a whole lot of interaction there at all. So I want to change that. And that's definitely more of a 2024 goal, since we're already hitting the end of this year. 2024, I want to split I want to have separate schedules. I've talked about this before. I want to have separate schedules for streaming. And by saying I want, this is me saying rather I want to try to do this. I don't know if it'll actually happen because apart from doing vid games, wanting to bring back the West Side Studios channel, still doing videos and stuff here, wanting to work on my game, and then doing vid games, if I didn't already say that, like, that's already a lot of shit, and then wanting to stream here frequently, every week, on top of that, that's a lot of shit. On top of my life, you know, like, going to work in the morning, which usually tends to tire me out because of the work we do, and stuff like that. It's a lot of shit. But I do want to stream on Twitch a little more often than I already am. We might have to, that might even mean we'll have to probably have, like, Twitch weeks, and then the next week is, like, YouTube week or whatever. So, like, on, like, Mondays, Wednesdays, and or Fridays, I would, like, not stream on YouTube, but stream on Twitch instead. Still put the VODs back up unless I specify otherwise, but do, you know, more Twitch stuff. And then, like, the next week, it'd be like, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, go on YouTube. So, I don't know. I don't know how viable that is or whatever. I'm not trying to get into the algorithm or some bullshit. I just don't know how viable that is for y'all's attention span. And whatever else, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Woo! Well, we all missed each other. That was cool. Never had that happen before. Wait, here's the funny thing. Who's ready? It's time for funnies. Way too early. Boop. Hey, everyone. Hooray! Oh, this is the slower way to do this, but whatever. Yeah, I know he can, but I usually like to just get that fight done quick. I mean, Miharu does it. Let Metalhead destroy the rods.
Oh yeah, because I don't know. I don't feel like doing it the other way is right.
Right?
I don't know. I feel like it's not right. I feel like I have to do that one properly. Make it feel like more of a fight.
I mean, okay. Both are valid. They even tell you to destroy the power supply. They tell you to do that, not to trick him.
I know, but it's more fun to trick him. I'm saying it's more fun.
But you just said it was proper.
Well, it is proper.
How is it okay.
Well, it is proper because remember in the beta thing they were gonna do that. They were gonna have certain poles that he had to destroy himself, and I thought that was cool.
Well, okay, that is cool. But I'm saying both can be valid.
I never said both couldn't be valid.
You said one was the wrong way to do it by implying.
I didn't say it was wrong. I said it felt wrong.
Well, yeah.
It feels wrong, not that it is wrong.
No.
It's a different thing. Tough shit. No.
Do I plan to try out Cosmic Shake at some point? It's not a priority right now. My priorities right now are to finish... I just finished Wonder, like I was saying before. I finished Wonder last night fully, so that game is entirely done. In terms of my free time games, yeah. I'm looking to play something else now. I'm not really sure what quite yet. because Tekken 8 is going to be coming out in 2 months, so I'm just kind of prepping for that. In terms of like playing stuff for the channels, we've got some plans over on Vid Games. We have a lot going on there. And in terms of this, you know, stuff to beat Banjo, still have to beat Doom on Twitch. And that's why I was really... I don't tend to make plans like way ahead of time. So as it come out, I was like, yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to play after Doom Eternal. And then even too, if we get to 50 followers and then I do a new beginning, I don't really know what I'm going to play like after even that. Like in the sense of like what I'm going to do for like, the next Twitch incentive. Like after Crash 4 100%. But I was thinking, well, after Doom Eternal, which is like the normal playthrough we're doing at the moment, that maybe I'll do Recore. Because there are a bunch of games that I own that I haven't played in a long time. Recore was one of them. I also kind of want to play Nier Automata. I kind of want to play... Okay, well, it's either or.
I never... Oh my god, I was just trying to say it in a funny way. I wasn't trying to correct
because I've heard it both ways, and people always correct each other over how to say it. And I don't know which way is normal. But, I want to play that. I've been watching stuff on that again. And, I kind of want to play Last Guardian, because I haven't even touched it, and I bought that, like, a long time ago.
I played a little of it, and I got bored.
Oh.
Also, I think I got stuck.
I'm surprised you played that, because it's not really a game... I don't feel like that's one of the, like a you type of game.
I liked the big animal.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. That checks out. Because I feel it's probably one of those like explorative, like what happened here games, like Shadow of the Colossus, where it's like it's got action, but the atmosphere kind of tells the story.
But I like that. I like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Would you ever play Shadow of the Colossus?
No, because there's nothing to interest me.
See? Well,
except riding a horse.
Okay. But the experience, it's fun, and the twist is, even though you already know the twist, but whatever.
Oh, do I? I forgot.
I'm assuming you knew the twist. I'm not gonna say it, but whatever. Because I just assumed that you probably watched like the Game Grumps playthrough or whatever, and then like everyone knows.
No, I haven't watched your playthrough.
You haven't? Okay, that's interesting.
I've only seen parts of it in compilations.
You should play Shadow of the Colossus. But again, specifically the PS4 version, because that has a modern control scheme. Unless you want to jump with triangle.
Ooh.
Every time I say it, you're just like, that's weird.
Ew. Ew. Disgusting.
Yeah, disgusting. I would love to watch it. I would totally be there if you in that stream if you were to play that.
Yeah, I know.
Yay! Empty firework to celebrate. Woo 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 woo. It hits nothing. Alright, what are we talking about Sonic here? Every time I bring up Sonic, that just makes everyone go, oh, you play this one? You play this one? You do this one's better. No, this one's better. No, fuck you, this one's better. That's what's happening in the chat, but I don't do that. Preemptively, I'm just telling you don't do that. No one is. But I always want to try and prevent it before it happens. Because that's always... even. Oh my god, when I had this like long-ass conversation about Sonic games with Dave and Fez and them. And like the minute I brought it up, they were like trying to tell me, like, okay, well, you might want to play this one. It's like, no, don't have them play that one. I don't play this one. And I'm like, no. This is the exact reason why I don't want to play Sonic or don't talk about it. No one can fucking... I'm like, even you guys can't. I told them, like, I usually don't talk about it because no one can make up their mind on what any one person who hasn't really played the series should play or should start with or which ones they might prefer or like or whatever. And then they're going off and doing that. I'm like, I see, even you guys can't freaking decide which one I should do. Like, which ones to stay away from, or which ones to this or that. And it's like, This is why Sonic is a problem for me all around. Because even when there's not that influence, and then I try playing the games, they're just not fun, or they're boring, or they're broken and bad. Just straight up awful. But yes, we have incentives. Definitely share things around and it'd be really appreciated. Whoa! Here's the red spring chest, Aaron.
Yay.
Whoa!
Oh.
Wait, let me kill that guy. Okay. Here it is.
It's so nice.
Yeah. You guys are far more in the game. And that's why I asked, how many of you tab over and just listen? I want to know how people get other random people in here, like in their streams. That's always interested me. And like, when certain people find me at random, either they're also content creators, or they're just dudes that like to watch streams. But then they're here all the time, and that's how we get regulars. That's awesome. I think my streams are full of nothing but regulars, which on one hand is awesome and amazing that you guys keep coming back, but then also, you'd be really hard pressed to find more new people to come in. New little randos and the such. And so then I feel like that's what probably contributes to like my single digit view count. Like consistently single digit view count. And I'm like wondering like what can I do to like be more engaging. I'm sorry that I don't have all the perks of a typical streamer. There are no donations, there are no funny. I have a couple like cool. I like being cool more than silly. Maybe I just have to be silly with my like alerts and shit. Like I have like a Rayman one that has never been triggered. I've got a fucking my Crash one, my Klonoa one on Twitch. I have a Sinistar one that's never been fucking triggered. The Rayman one and the Sinistar one are alternates to like the so and so subscribed, so and so followed. But those ones for some reason, even though I put them in second, and even though I raised the priority of like when they should be played alongside the main ones, the first ones that I put in, they never are. I have never seen the Rayman one triggered ever, and I've never seen the Sinistar one triggered. It's always Klonoa or it's always Crash.
I think I've seen the Sinistar one like once.
And then, well, if that happened, that was the time where I couldn't hear it. Remember, there was one time where like two people.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know how it gets. I think you're gonna have to help me with that actually, because trying to put in all these different alerts and shit, there is no like equal trigger for them. It's always just the one that I put in first just automatically becomes the primary one. And the other ones I put in, or the other one I put in, like, never gets triggered.
Yeah, probably help with that.
Yeah, and then said regulars get busy. Like, come on. I'm surprised you're even watching when you've got fucking shit to do.
Shit!
I do appreciate it. But that's when, like, barely any people come because they're all busy. My viewers are busy. So they can't watch the streams. Should I just start doing streams like early? But see, I can't even do that. I wanted to do streams early in the morning. I can only do that like on Mondays because I don't have work. Because my streams, or rather my work days, like I said before, I go to work early in the morning. I'm talking like 5 in the morning. So like, I get out at like 9. And because of that, fucking, I can't set up a stream that fast to drive home from work. And freshen up, change out of my work clothes and shit. Uh-oh, we're missing.
Change out your work clothes and shit.
Yes, in that order.
In that order.
The very beginning. God damn it. No! You fools! You literal fools!
You fool!
Yeah. Also, I need to fix the damn blue names. I don't know where to go for that. I tried looking in my settings.
You need to fix what? Oh yeah, you know what? No, I swear you can't change that because it changes for me.
It does for me
Sometimes
too.
they're blue, sometimes they're green, sometimes they're red. It just changes.
Yeah, it's so weird. Consistently for me, they're blue. But as you can see in the stream itself, yeah, it's really muddy. It's hard to read the names.
Yeah, but like I swear that you can't change that because I've looked at the settings many times and I can't find anything for that.
Yeah, so... It's stupid. Get you. Get you. Now, I was saying earlier about getting guests on from Manicast that weren't voice actors and stuff. So I was like, other composers, that's really hard to do. The closest I would even be able to get to probably is Gabriel Mann from Spiral Mouth. But even then, like, I don't know how many interviews he's done. Not really like under Spyro Mouth, but more like where Spyro Mouth's brought up. And with everything being so niche, like Twinsanity being niche in the Crash series, and then Acapella just being kind of niche in general in terms of the music genre. and then within the acapella space, Spyro Mouth being there, but not like insanely popular in the genre. Like, I want to know how many interviews he's actually done where he's answered or talked about Twinsanity or his time with Spyro Mouth or whatever. And that'd be cool to talk about for the Bandicast, but I don't know if my rink-dink ass little fucking thing, I don't know if that's going to be like not necessarily like good enough, but rather like the appropriate spot for a lot of those conversations. It's not going to really reach a whole lot of people. But it would be cool to talk to him about stuff, Spyro Mouth stuff.
Yeah.
Cubano.
Go on, he's fun.
Shit. Oh. Thank you for it. Oh, she doesn't move at all. That's interesting.
Yeah.
She floats there menacingly. Oh. More doing it. Oh. Fuck. Oh, you bitch. That's... gotta do level over. I checked at just the last second, and I was missing one. Fucking where? Where was I missing one? What are you up to currently? Oh look, Spyro's trending.
It's because of me. No kidding.
You are the first one outside of Activision. It goes Activision, Spyro, and then you.
Yes.
Mine's in there as well, and I said happy 5th anniversary. Oh, you bitch. Ah, fucking dickhead. Alrighty, where am I missing one gem? by itself. Was there a chest somewhere? Was it seriously on that island? Kiss me, fairy.
He's me very alive.
Where's this jump? Whoops. Not here. What? Is there a thing I didn't kill? Or destroy? It's not here. Okay, it must be at the final area. Give me the fairy kiss. Oh, was it this fucker? It was that guy. God damn it. Okay. Oh, that wasn't too bad. All right. Alright, Musa, we'll see you later, bro. Thanks for joining. Have fun with your family activities.
Family activities.
It's gonna be a little unceremonious, but I'm probably gonna end after Jacques.
How could you?
Do you want me to keep going?
I don't know.
We're not talking over here. I feel like everyone's just bored now.
Well, we can talk. We can talk. Just I don't know what to say.
Bring up topics of interest.
Sorry, I was just I just need to do some things on our page over here, and then.
Icy flight. I'm getting hungry. We have to go back and get groceries. You'll be happy to hear that last night I had ice cream, but I didn't have any milk to go with it because we had no milk.
Well, it's okay because the milk was in the ice cream.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was.
No, it's not okay.
Yes, milk is in ice cream.
No, that's fine. But no, it wasn't okay. I need my
It
milk.
was okay. It was okay because you don't need extra dairy.
Yeah, I do. I was telling my grandma when I was getting the milk that for some reason you don't like it when I do that.
For some reason.
Yeah.
What do you mean for some reason?
Explain your work, Aaron.
Show your work.
Show your work.
What do you mean for some reason? Haven't I explained it to you already?
But all you said was it's dairy upon dairy. I don't care.
It is!
I don't care about that. It tastes good.
Well, it doesn't matter. You should not have that. I think that should be reason enough.
Everything I eat, I have to pair with something. With a drink. I'll tell you this much, ice cream don't go good with water. I'm not gonna drink water and I'm not gonna drink soda. The only other thing that makes sense is milk. I don't like coffee, I don't like tea. I'm not gonna drink alcohol with ice cream.
But yeah, don't do that.
So what else
What
is there?
about
Milk,
a root
not
beer
juice.
float?
What?
A root beer float. That's soda and ice cream in one.
No.
Better yet, don't drink anything when you're eating ice cream.
I have to. Everything I eat,
I know.
pair a drink with.
I know ice cream can make you thirsty, but like, you don't have to. Everything. You have to pair a drink with everything you eat.
Pretty much. I mean, you've seen me eat?
Yeah.
Like I don't usually have just food and then that's pretty much it. Even if I have to get up and go get another bottle of water or something. Like I'm constantly drinking something.
Okay, well you can drink as much water as you need.
No, but I'm saying, but when I eat as well. Like I'm sure when we were eating pizza that one time at your place, I think I had something to drink on me. Even if it was water, I had something on me, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's what I'm saying. My point is that I have to pair whatever I eat with a drink.
Okay, fine.
Well,
but
it works
why
best with ice cream, fucking milk.
Why must you like I don't know. I don't know why water works fine with everything else except ice cream.
Well, not everything else, but some stuff. If there's no other option, sometimes I default to water. 'Cause I'm weird. I don't know. Okay, when I said I wanted to talk, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I meant. Let's talk about your shit habits.
Okay, well, you brought it up.
Why am I this way, Aaron?
I don't know. I've been trying to help, but you just don't listen to me, so...
Like, you gotta stop eating so much dairy, and you're just like, I know! And then you're just like, okay, I'm gonna say I know, and then have some ice cream with milk while I eat a cheese sandwich.
What? A cheese sandwich.
A cheese sandwich while I eat a huge
more
bowl
dairy.
of mac and cheese.
Oh, do I still have mac and cheese?
I'll
I don't know if
I'll have a
might.
huge bowl of mac and cheese with a side of ice cream and milk.
Okay, no, that's not what I do. No, that's too much.
While eating some cookie cups. Because you gotta throw chocolate in there too.
No, that's all at once, and that doesn't sound appetizing at all.
Of course it doesn't sound appetizing.
God, I need to eat food.
Yes, you need to eat food.
Order pizza. Fuck!
No, you don't.
I died.
That's another thing. I love pizza and ice cream, well, and milk.
But not all together. Not that. You're pushing it to an extreme.
Sometimes I'm afraid that you would.
No. That's not what I do.
I mean, listen, pizza first and then ice cream sounds really, really good.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Oh, you never done that? Like a birthday party or whatever when you have pizza and then
Well,
you have
that's
like,
also a
ice cream
hot food and a
cake?
cold food clashing one after another. And I don't like
No,
that.
not like you wait a while before you have it. You don't like just have one and then the other. Also, it's not clashing if you have cold pizza and then ice cream, so fuck you.
But what? But at a party, they're not gonna have cold pizza. They're gonna have warm pizza.
No, I'm gonna tell them to shove that shit in the fridge.
But But I like both my warm and my cold pizza. That's, of course, not at the same time. But I like my leftovers.
I'm gonna force you one day to eat the big cookie with some ice cream on it.
You assume direct control of my diet.
Yeah. That's not even a dietary thing. That's just like, I don't like hot and cold things clashing. And I'm just like, but it tastes good.
Yeah, but the fuck you eat this, actually? You shove it down my gullet.
You'll like the taste. You just gotta train your brain to not think, hot and cold, it's so bad for
Well,
my
that's only one
brain.
layer of it. The other layer is if the fact that it's creaminess on top of a fucking crumbly crumb thing.
Well, what if it's like soft and it's not like crumbly?
It's still
'Cause
weird because it's
a
still solid
paizuki is like-
and then a solidified liquid.
A paizuki is soft. And then if you have ice cream that's not like too just a little bit more solid than usual, like where it's like just out of the freezer, not like too hard, but
I mean, it's still clashing taste at the same time, though.
it's not clashing tastes. The tastes are really good.
Well, you'd have to just, by chance, have it on you.
Yeah, I mean, if we ever get a chance to have paizuki, even a hot fudge sundae is fucking good. But like a paizuki, or just have a.
Well, Beth, are you
It's
ready to
the
go?
warmness of the warmth of the big cookie, and then just a little bit of ice cream on top of it, and some hot fudge, and yeah, it's fucking good. It's good.
You'd have to share a slice, or force a slice upon me.
I tell you, just eat it and think of the taste. Don't think of the temperature, just think of the taste. You better do it.
And this is the big cookie.
The big cookie.
Where's that even from again?
It's a paizuki. It's
But that's from where?
It's hold on, where's that from? I want to say it's like from Chili's, but I'm not sure.
Welcome to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
This question's up your alley. Nishiverse is asking, what's the spiciest chicken sandwich you've ever had?
Oh,
Have you
chicken.
had a spicy chicken sandwich?
Oh, absolutely! I love the spicy McChickens at McDonald's.
See, the thing you gotta know about my girlfriend is she loves spice. Spicy things.
I love this bit, especially spicy chicken. Spicy chicken is really good.
Especially spicy online content.
Spicy online content. Spicy voice commissions. Please
Oh,
commission me.
that's right. She'll moan for your pleasure if you pay her. You're gonna have to start advertising
Only
yourself like
$20. Special holiday offer. Only $20.
that.
Let's see. What other spicy chickens have I had? I mean, the spicy chicken is pretty good. Also had other things where it's like, it depends. Sometimes because you'll have a chicken sandwich where it's the patty that's spicy, and sometimes it's the sauce that's spicy. I prefer the patty being spicy, and I think the only places that do that are McDonald's and I I want to say Carl's Jr. does that. You know, Wendy's might do that too. I think they have a spicy chicken sandwich. I don't know if I tasted it though. I love their spicy nuggets though.
I've tried the spicy nuggets. Was it the last time I went over, or was it a time before then?
I think it was the last time, yeah.
They were really good, but damn, were they spicy.
Yeah, they're very spicy. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I can't handle spicy food.
You know, the next time I get Wendy's, I might try a spicy chicken sandwich, because if the nuggets are that spicy, then probably.
That's good collision right there. What is that collision? What is this? Choice for Bob, stop everything you're doing on Rumble and fix this. What the fuck? Alright. That was a thing I've just discovered. Anyway. You ready for more McDonald's at 1 in the morning again?
Oh, I'm ready. And it's just, oh fuck, we gotta get our cookie toe with the fucking milk and chocolate milk. Oh yeah.
There you go. Do you know if we're actually on now? For the thing?
You probably should be. I don't think I'm doing anything.
Okay.
That weekend. So.
Then this week I'll make them aware of the trip. Cool.
I'll just ask. I'll just say like, hey, we doing anything? Because Mark's coming over. That's it. That's pretty much whatever. All I have to say.
He's running over here fast as light.
Wow.
I'm gonna Sonic my way over there to you.
I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon.
So you gotta believe.
I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
That's something to ask both Carlos and Tom Kenny. Hey, were you made aware of Parappa the Rapper when doing that little reference? Did you say it in a funny way? It's a reference to another PlayStation game. Or did they actually take the time to show you this is what he says? He's a little dog and he raps.
He's a little dog and he raps.
He's a little rapping doge. Says you gotta do what? I gotta believe. And it goes. It doesn't do that.
Goes. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it's John Cena's music. And then there's the stupid chicken, the damn, goddamn fucking baking the cake fucking stupid. Level 4, I think is what it is. God damn it. It was really hard. That was a tough level. So then, that said, do you think we should finish Fantastic Beasts?
Oh god, I thought that you didn't want to watch the rest of them.
Well, I was open to it if it got a little better and wasn't as boring. And I looked a little bit at, like, I was looking up, like, clips. I didn't watch them in their entirety, but I was checking just to see, like what happens in the next one. And there's a little bit of Hogwarts in it. And I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. And there's little things they do in, like, flashbacks and shit. I'm like, that's interesting. So I would be up for at least watching the next one. And seeing if there's any more interest in wanting to do the third one after.
Okay.
But we definitely gotta finish Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Just last Wednesday, I went to Wingstop and tried the maple sriracha chicken. Nice.
Wingstop? is Wingstop is actually really good. I had some wings. Was it like a couple months ago, I think.
Oh, you bitch.
I had Buffalo Wild Wings not too long ago. I honestly, I don't like their wings very much. They're weird. They're like weirdly shaped.
I forget, are chicken wings part of the dark meat or the light meat? The white meat, rather.
I don't know.
Does the meat physically look a little darker in wings, or do they look kind of light?
I mean, it looks light, but like I don't
That's a good.
think, like I think it's it's considered dark.
Because yeah, the only type of chicken I like to eat is chicken breast because it's the white meat, and I prefer white meat over dark meat. Because I've tried eating chicken legs and stuff, and
I like dark meat.
my brother does too. I think he likes both. Like he'll probably, I think he likes chicken breast, but he mainly eats like, I think legs and stuff. Cletus, welcome back, Cletus.
Be on the lookout for North Commandos, Spyro.
What are you keeping your little sack
Be on the
necklace?
lookout for me.
Do you
What are you
keep the
keeping your sackless?
jewels of the damned? Are they in there? I don't know. Or just little bugs
The
from
soul
meat.
damn.
He catches little bugs and puts them in there for later. He'll have a snack for when he gets bored or lonely.
When I get bored or lonely.
Whichever happens to hit first.
Nah.
That's just me every day.
God.
That's why I tend to bother you sometimes. Like, Aaron, do something. I'm bored. I'm a little lonely.
I want to do something. I'm bored. Let me go.
You go knock me like you do. Ugh. Okay, don't forget these, because I did that last time I played this. I think it was during the Sparkless run. Yay! God damn it. It's so hard to not get hit by these three. Whoa, camera. That was weird. Oh! These little Nork pricks. Oh. Alright, we got Nasty and his loot left. Here we go.
Ganasty and this galoot.
His galoot. His glutes.
His glutes.
Nasty's glutes. Nasty's boot. Nasty's snoot.
Nasty booty.
Oh, don't like that.
Isn't that what it was called?
Oh, you know what? I think
Like,
it was.
At one time it was called Nasty Booty.
I think so.
That's so fun.
Nasty's fruit.
Okay, make sure not to miss the gem in here that always gets stuck in the wall.
That's out of my control entirely. Either it
I
wants
know.
to spawn in or it doesn't. I don't know what to do to prevent that from happening.
I know, it's so stupid. I miss that gem every single time.
Yeah. I genuinely don't know what causes it to happen. I don't know if it just jitters on the floor and then fucking despawns or falls through, or what. I'd have no clue. So we'll find out. Damn it. Come here, bitch. Let me make sure I got everything. It's usually on this one, I think, where it happens. Alright, I don't see anything, so I think we got it. Come here, sir. Fuck. Alright, good nasty. I think it still does that thing, that taunt where he pounds on his chest.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So I was watching Hero's Tale stuff for your video. And I just really don't care for how they portrayed Nasty in Hero's Tale.
Yeah.
Not
It's
sure
like
if it
not
was,
even him anymore.
I'm not sure if it was entirely worth it to be like, yeah, he was originally going to be in Enter the Dragonfly, but I don't know if it was that if there was a conscious decision of like, oh, because he wasn't in there, we're bringing him back for this one. I mean, despite it being a different team, so they probably didn't think about that. Maybe they just had the same idea, we'll bring him back too, and then they actually did. But
Who wants an analysis of Nasty Nork?
oh god. Good luck getting content there. There's not much to say. He's only in 3 games.
I know.
And then you can count what little he has in fucking Nitro Fueled.
Nasty did nothing wrong.
He's so big. This dude's enormous. Stop, why? I was even, in my mind, I was like, I better not screw this up, or else I gotta do the whole thing over. And then it fucking happened.
What the hell?
Well, time to see if that gem spawned. If any gems do spawn, that means that it did in fact clip the first time. Time to find out. The first area seems like it's clear. I only have 100 gems missing, so I think I did get everything. Just make sure. Yeah, we seem good. Yeah, we're good. So by the time you essentially collect everything, and you're in that final bit, you should have 400 gems. Come here, you big bastard. What if you were nominated for Content Creator of the Year? I wouldn't want it.
Thank you. Content Creator of the Year.
That's not exactly the type of recognition I would want.
toast, Nork.
Reuse the animation. Oh. Look, there he is. It's the spy boy himself.
Sorry I took so long.
Look, there he is.
Almost forgot about you guys.
Flying down.
Ganor?
What if for a Spyro announcement they brought the drone back? That'd be fucking funny. What if they put it on stage and just breathing fire?
Order again in the Dragon Kingdom.
I would laugh.
Mostly. I still got some treasure to find.
What will you do next?
Yay! Time for Nasty's loot. So on a casual playthrough with not very many mistakes, but it's still going for 120, takes about 3 hours for me. And reignited.
Nasty's
That's
ancient history.
fair.
So what's in there?
I can be done with the trilogy in 5 hours.
The gate will
In
only
5
open
hours.
if you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
100%. Well, I got that shit, so let's go. It's always...
You know, my video right now is doing better than my original Bianca video was at this point in time.
Your which one?
My original Bianca video.
But which one is doing better than
The
that?
very-
The new one?
My new one.
Ah, okay.
At this point in time, it's doing better than the original
Really?
one. Yeah. But, of course, there's no guarantee that whatever happened with that one will happen with this one.
Or it makes you blow up.
Yeah.
It shows that you're like, see, I can do this remastering thing too. I can remaster my videos.
I can do it.
Yes, we're almost done, Con. We're on final level time. Loose. In the new Spyro game, I would love personally to see another free roaming flight level like this.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
need, like... Can't, like, all flights be like this instead?
that would be cool.
Why don't you stop skipping the flights and find out?
That's a good callback.
Ooh. Well, after this, I'm gonna go have dinner. I'm gonna have noodles and egg.
Egg. A single egg.
1 egg. Because I didn't have enough egg yesterday.
My dad bought a pack of like a huge pack of eggs, so it was like double, and we're just like eat eggs, and I'm just like ah.
What's for dinner? Egg. Hard-boiled, scrambled, deviled, all the egg. Take them all.
I'm like, oh no.
It's too much egg. Overflowing with the uh-oh egg.
Uh-oh, Eggo.
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 Eggo my Lego my Eggo.
Leg my egg.
Oh. Egg my leg. Throw eggs at it.
You better leg that egg.
Lay an egg for me. Right here.
Do it.
It'll be funny. I'll post it on Instagram. What?
What?
Let's go! Yay! I wonder what happens if you do not get the actual ending itself. What happens if you go through the portal without getting all the 2,000 gems?
I don't know.
Does it just kick you out and not give you the cutscene you have to go back through again, or?
Yeah, probably. I'm guessing.
Let's go! We beat the game in one stream, 3 hours and... Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. 303! Anyway.
303.
They're a good group, you should listen to them. Anyway.
How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the Dragon World, of course.
I feel
I certainly
fired
wouldn't
up,
want to
Bob.
spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Nasty Nork and his weird minions.
What's a
I
minion?
feel fucking
tired.
tired. I want a vacation.
Never mind. You know what they say.
I feel tired, Bob.
Boom! Just hits the ground, starts sleeping.
Worthy opponent.
And he snores like SpongeBob.
Oh, here we go again.
I don't even know how does he make that noise? I don't know how he does that. He goes. It's a weird fucking noise to make when you snore. That little high pitch thing he does. I don't know how he does that. I don't know how Tom Kenny makes a lot of his noises. If you meet him in person, tell him to gasp, because he has a very iconic Tom Kenny gasp that all his characters do. SpongeBob does it, but every so often Penguin does it in the Batman.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a really specific gasp he does. It's very airy. Like if I tried to replicate it, I'll probably just cough. And it's hard to replicate. I don't think anyone can. Only he knows how to do it. It's really funny. I think he's done it as Patchy as well. Most of his characters, he does it. If it calls for a Tom Kenny character to gasp in a very comedic fashion, it's usually the same gasp. Have him do the laugh. I'm sure he's done the laugh for so many people over the years. I wonder if he's ever kept tally. Okay, kept track of like how many people have asked you, who've met you at cons and other places, to do the SpongeBob laugh. So I'm sure it's the first thing they ask you. Not even the voice, just the laugh. Alrighty. That is the game. We've done it. Reignited is 5 years old today. I remember when we did our Day Zero stream, and we were looking very much forward to playing it. And it was back when I was streaming off the console. We were in the living room. You were on my speaker, and we were on Rabbit, I think, at that time. And
Yeah.
my mom, my brother, and my grandma were around watching too. This part means a lot to us. And when this finally became available to play, my mom, like I've said before, I'd said it in a previous, it was probably the Spyro 2 stream, I think, where my mom was really close to beating Nasty Nork in the original back in the early ass 2000s and stuff, and so she really liked, she prefers Spyro over Crash, and so I really wanted her.
Yes. Based.
I really wanted her to see this because she picked it up. Not really. Not. I want to say she probably picked Crash up for me. She kind of picked up Spyro a little more so for herself because she liked the way it looked. But of course, I tried to play it as well. And two, because we had the PlayStation Underground demo disc that had the Spyro demo on it. So we both kind of found it together, and then she got the game. after seeing that I liked it a lot. But she also wanted to play it. She didn't play too much Crash with me, but that wasn't our thing. That was more of like me and my grandparents. For her and me, it was Spyro. And a couple arcade games like Centipede and stuff like that. But yeah. It's crazy to think that Reignited's already 5. That's scary. Every time it's 5, it's like, okay, kind of scary. Feels like it went by fast, but alright, cool. Wow, already? And then by 10, it's like, alright, now I'm starting to get a little concerned. It's been, that's a decade. That's been, oi. And then by the time it's 20, it's like, god damn it. Like I'm seeing like fucking Nitro cards just hit 20 or 16, I think, or something, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 20. It was 20.
And then you look, yeah, 20. And then you look at other things like, that are closer to 30. Like Inuyasha's 27. It's like, well, it was like, no, it was like 26 or 27. It's one of those. I think it's 27. But I'm thinking, Inuyasha's gonna be 30? It's gonna be 30?
Well, at this point, Crash is 27 right now.
Yeah.
And that's scary, because I remember, you know, clearly it hasn't been that long since Insane came out, but then again, that was a while ago. 6 fucking years ago. So, yeah, I wanted to play some more Spyro. It's been a while since we really got into playing some casual Spyro stuff. And again, with my converter box being weird, we can't play the originals on console anyway. Like I could have played Spyro 1. I can play Spyro 1 through my emulator. That's not really the point of today's stream, though. It was to celebrate Reignited. But yeah, I really do want to see... I want something new for Spyro. I really, really, really do. I was going back through, actually. I was watching some of my older Spyro videos where I'm like, oh yeah, the concept of difficulty, or like, what about Spyro Part 2? Or like, Spyro, what we know so far about what could be coming for the next game, or stuff like that. And, specifically when I was talking about the concept of difficulty, I might just retweet that video out, because I feel that's something I still want to see from Spyro. It's something not challenging, not hard like Crash, but something that challenges you a little bit like Crash does, while still keeping it casual. If you want to go for the extra challenges or extra whatevers, that is where it can start to slowly bump itself up in difficulty. Because again, I want, personally, just personally, I want extra challenges, side quests, whatever they're going to be, mini games even, to not necessarily be these games you do, these vehicles you control, or anything like that. I would like to see them really focus on Spyro's abilities. I want it to have a Spyro 1 feel. If fucking Crash 4 can go back to a Crash 1 feel, which I'm fucking ecstatic over because of the 3 games I personally have a huge attachment to Crash 1. I have just as big as an attachment in the Spyro series to Spyro 1. So if a 4th game kind of followed more of that straightforward pathing and progression like Spyro 1 does, oh, it's over. I'm going to be all over that game. More so than I would if it weren't. But it goes to show that I know in the space right now, we always group Crash and Spyro, Crash and Spyro. I mean, hell, we even say Crash is named first, and then Spyro. It just happened to be Crash came out in 96, Spyro came out in 98. It just happened to be Crash came out first with the remaster, then Spyro. It just happened to be Crash got a brand new fucking game, and we don't have one for Spyro yet. So, I mean, I as someone who loves them both, but does tend to even kind of play Crash just a bit more than Spyro, I feel I need to apologize for something like that.
The day Spyro gets something before Crash, I will scream.
Scream, cry, and come simultaneously.
I will be so happy. I'll be like, finally! We win for once!
But, like, no, I do want to see something new for Spyro. And I really want them to innovate. Spyro can be innovated on, even if it's not innovation that's like, this is a first for gaming, or this is this is huge for... No, just do shit that makes sense to, like, separate a new entry from the rest of the series, really. I mean, even if it is like a sequel a proper, whatever you want to call it, sequel to Enter the Dragon, or sorry, let's see, to Year of the Dragon or whatever. Like, I don't know. I want to make a video because I put a little bit of those opinions in my concept of difficulty video, but like, and there was another video I did too. Oh, what about Spyro Part 2? I put a little bit of like, oh, even if it wasn't a direct sequel to anything, even if there was a spin-off for Spyro that, you know, did what Nitrofield did and brought back a bunch of different characters, so that way in a modern Spyro game you could have a game with all these different characters in it. I was like, oh, make it a beat 'em up that's something like, you know, Dynasty Warriors, Hyrule Warriors. Like, do that. That'd be cool. You know, I'm still kind of for that, but even, you know, it being a more, well, I know they're going to do realistically as a more proper fucking, you know, platformer. Fine. I want them to really, you know, do some cool stuff with it. Even if the innovations, quote unquote, are just taking shit that worked from other games, even if they were received poorly, but reworking them into something that does work and feel good. You know, breath attacks or, you know, interconnected worlds or whatever. Even upgrading your attacks or gaining new abilities. Like, that's what I want to see. So all this spiel is just looking forward to the future, pretty much. You say some things about Spyro while I awkwardly get my music together.
Let's see. I'm actually replying to a comment right now. You know what's really, really funny? I just got a comment about the comparison, the Beastmakers comparison that I was going to put in the video, but I decided to remove.
Huh.
And I just got a comment about that, so I'm telling them, yeah, I was actually going to put that in the video, but I felt it would just be too long at that point.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, it was for what now? To put what in the video?
The Beastmakers one. Remember when he's talking to Bruno?
Oh, and he says, "Oh no."
No. When
that's
he goes
David,
like,
sorry.
you know, yeah. When he said, you know, when he says, "I'm sure it was," you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it was. Like, I
That
wanted to
was
put that in the video.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, the "Oh no" was one of the first ones I thought of that helped the both of us kind of, and you mainly launched the idea, and I just kind of put it in as like B-roll because it wasn't part of the main comparison in the end. But it's in an important spot because it's when you're talking about how he feels more sympathetic. His reactions and his responses are a bit softer in Reignited. So in that, I put the "Oh no" in there because I was waiting to use that specific clip for somewhere that a place that needed it in the video.
Yeah.
That's about one of the only other things they could do, Nationverse, is you could look forward to Spider-Man Crash announcements in an Xbox thing, but we're not going to get too... I'm just going to tell you right now, we're very likely not going to even get too many Microsoft involvements, bits of involvement, like very obvious traces of their involvement in Crash and Spyro games. In the same way that Crash and Spyro, you know, started on PlayStation, so like in Nitrofield, for example, you get, you know, Turbo Track, I think that's what it was, brought back, and it was like its PS1, you know, polygonal, kind of, you know, the way it looked back then, and then it's just plastered with PlayStation logos and stuff, right? One of the biggest things this just means now with the acquisition is that, oh, if they wanted to, they could put an Xbox logo in the game somewhere, but doesn't mean they're going to, doesn't mean that, you know, but they could. That's pretty much what that, in terms of the in-game stuff, but then, like, in terms of the development stuff or whatever, they can lend more people from other teams that they own to help out on stuff, which could lead to, you know, big ideas or other things, to whatever projects they might be working on. I mean, you know, and especially, too, with how Bobby Kotick wanted, you know, Skylanders or Guitar Hero to make a return. One of the biggest things they said, that he even said, one of the biggest things they could take advantage of from the acquisition would be the resources and having a bigger manufacturing, like, kind of area. they were always limited on how much they could push out, and they pushed out a lot for Skylanders and Guitar Hero, but Microsoft could help them out with like a bigger budget for that stuff. That's pretty much what it means. That's what it's reading to me right now to be what it means. Because everyone's fear was, oh, is our Crash and Spyro going to become Xbox exclusive from here on out? No. They've made it very clear way before the acquisition, during, and now that they are acquired, that that's pretty much not going to happen. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So.
Yeah. Happy 5th anniversary Reignited. I didn't know what else to say about it. I mean, I remember, I remember when Reignited was announced. I remember that day.
Me too.
I was really excited. I had to go to work that day, so.
Me too.
I
I did a Periscope stream.
I know, but I had to go to work. Like you went to work in the morning, I went to work in the afternoon, so it's different.
That is
because
right.
I couldn't, like, after seeing all that in the morning and then going to work, all I could think about that day was like, oh my god, Spyro, it's coming back, and and I was so excited. And that's when I started. That's when I started my channel. That's basically what made me start my channel.
It's when you blew up.
Like,
you had your start.
yeah, it's hard to, like, not put those two things together, because they really go hand in hand.
And after coming back from E3 and playing Spyro there, and then learning about Spyrocast, that's how we met. Like,
Yep.
officially. I'm very glad it's through at least one of the big two for me. It's so good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Do you have...
I think I might make a follow-up to this, just like I did with the Bianca one. I might make a follow-up to this video in the community post.
For Spyro?
Yeah.
What more do you have to say? Oh, just
Well,
more
I
of those
think
comparisons?
Yeah, probably more of the comparisons, because I didn't get to put them in the video, so I probably should talk about them in some way.
Cool. What do you have going on right now?
Right now,
What's
I
planned?
don't really have anything going on. I am working on a Shantae video, but I don't know when I want to get it out. Right now that's a sort of a higher priority. I have other ideas that I'm not sure if I'm going to put into the video backlog. We could probably discuss that afterward, but there's I put out a community post today for members, and then there's a post on my Patreon. It's a poll about the three videos that I have right now that I want to start working on, that they're in progress, but I don't know which one I should set as the highest priority. So if you're a member and you want to go vote on that, then do that.
Cool.
But yeah, I do a little bit of video work every morning. So
what I've got going on right now is, like I said, we have our incentives, but I've also got a Rumble video that I want to kind of do, because I was starting to form that like literally earlier today. I got the Mario Wonder review I need to get back to scripting out, and got a couple ideas for some Crash and Spyro videos. There was a Spyro video I was going to do that I kept teasing, and it was just another one of those catch-up videos, but like, I'm probably not going to do it because I've done too many catches. That's the only real Spyro, like solo Spyro content I can do at the moment. There isn't much left to talk about for Spyro. Besides, something hopefully happens. Not that something might, but hopefully something happens, because we still don't know a single thing about anything with Spyro happening outside of Rumble. So, like, they have to know at this point with Spyro Community Day and what Jump Button told me, and how a lot of people were looking forward to that day. And I mean people, you know, from Toys for Bob or from wherever, there was, you know, going to be some, they were going to pay attention was the main thing, the main takeaway. And stuff like that. And so they're more than aware that we want Spyro back. So I'm sure something has to be happening behind the scenes. We just don't know. And it's one of those things I've always said, we just don't know. But why do another catch-up video when there's not much to catch up on? It's just that I was going to say, oh, here's the video, basically. Hey guys, Mark here. Fucking Toys for Bob have been tweeting out Spyro, or rather the official Spyro Twitter has been tweeting out some things every so often, keeping itself kind of going, and we don't have E3 this year, so there wasn't anything at Summer Game Fest. Hopefully there's something at the Game Awards. That's basically what the video was going to be, right there. It was going to be a shorter one, but I was like, why push that out when really right now I think we just need to wait and just see. So here's to the future of Spyro. But Reignited 5 years old already, and that's crazy. So
Here's to the future of Spyro. The future of Spyro. Yes, my ongoing series that I have, Future Spyro. Please check that out.
you should make another future of Spyro. That'd be cool.
I do have an idea written down right here.
Nice. But yeah, I think that is it. So if you guys are watching this back as a video, thanks for watching to the very end. If you're with us live, thanks for staying with us for as long as you could. It's been a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys later. We've got Doom coming up in 2 days. We've got, after that, fucking Rumble has Wumpa-Rama happening. We have no idea what that is. So that's the only big kind of event happening this week. So we're going to see what that's all about. I don't even know how to make a thumbnail on that because there is so little information on it. So I'll have to cook up something for a thumbnail, and then I'll try and get as many guys together as I can, and we'll play. Do our usual thing over on the Clapped Discord. And that's pretty much it. So until next time, I'm Mark.
I'm Miharu.
And we'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care.
Boy.
Goodbye.